Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we play more of Bug Fables. I know, tonight would be the day for a heading time, but I kind of felt more like playing Bug Fables, especially because I headed to the anime event earlier and then I got late home. So everything kind of made me feel like let's go Bug Fables. It's what I have been playing the most and I'm loving this game. While a heading time, it's been kind of forever since I played it. So maybe next Saturday, if in case I don't like have any other activity during the day, I can feel more prepared for it or to have a longer stream of it as well. Maybe tonight's stream is going to be shorter because I have another anime event tonight. But yes, I decided to go for Bug Fables to have a more chill time too. A heading time is a platformer, so it probably will demand more of my energy and stuff. But yeah, last time on Bug Fables, which was yesterday, we just checked Defiant Root, which is the city in the desert. So tonight we will either go to the Big Kingdom through the elevator, return to the desert, the Lost Sands, or check the path that connects Defiant Root and the Golden Settlement. So we have those three options to go. Let's see, what am I doing, what am I picking then? They kinda said that, or at least they made me feel like, that if I take the elevator it's a path of no return, which was a little bit weird. But before really going for the elevator, let me check the beginning of the trail that connects this and the Golden Settlement, right? Yeah, let me check those monsters a little bit. I'm healed, right? There we go. Oh, they have a shop in here, you see? This is not bad. I should be buying more magic seeds, although I don't have the money. Who got the money? Not me tonight. But it's good to have them in here. Also, thank you for that money. But this is 12 or 18? 18. At the very least, Cabo can resurrect, right? And I might have some TP healing items, yeah. At least the Dew and the glazed honey. Also the mistake. We are even, so don't think I'm giving you any discounts. Why are we even? Did they reward me? I don't remember. Maybe they did reward me actually. Gotcha. They are selling the succulent berry. I always forget the name of this berry. Burley berry. And the magic seed. I can't thank you enough for saving us. Can I help you with something? What do you do here? We are no more than a humble caravan trying to make a living. We travel all over the land selling different wares wherever we go. Our trusty snail has been with us for generations and we intend to keep it that way. I just hope the snail don't eat any of you. Okay, I'll be back. Let me fight a little bit. This place got a good view of the big tree. In the Big Kingdom, it is amazing to see such a large living being. Makes you feel tiny sometimes, doesn't it? Now, when you're at the top, you feel like the coolest bug in the world. The big tree and the Big Kingdom, I can only see a root right there. Maybe that's the Defiant Root. Oh yeah, it's the Defiant Root of the tree trunk on the left. That might be the tree that gets the Big Kingdom. I see. Oh, this is how I connected the last parts of the desert. Good to be here again. The Lost Sands sure love their rock formations. and their thorns, and their sands. Perhaps one day these barren places will be home to new settlements. That's promising, I hope so. Wait a sec. So that was not it? Also, by the way, I have seen many of these, I don't know, dead trunks that now I'm starting to think it could be something like maybe an ability that will allow me to grow plants that could be a platform for me to like jump on it and then jump there. I'm not sure. But you know what? It looks like I still can't make this one connection. The boomerang doesn't do it, right? Yeah, because this is Cabo's job. Never mind then, there might be another path. Either that, or an ability for these trunks right here. But it's probably a path. Because Leaf can't do anything, right? Yeah. More rocks. Those vast walls cover the desert, don't they? When you see the lost sands from the hive, it's one big box. That can't be a coincidence, can it? Nature works in most mysterious ways. It's quite possible it is mere chance. We should ask Neil sometime. I do wanna fight you. Although I might have the hit me not or bug me not. Yeah, I want. Regarding our experience points, we have 56. He should die, no? I thought that Cabo's spiky bod medal, the spiky bod medal, could hurt him enough to die, but it seems that it doesn't. Well, Leaf got this. Please drop berries. I know I can't get exploration points, but I need berries. Or I'm crunchy if I take that. More thorns. And I can't cross this, huh? But we can keep on going south. This floor is unbearable, so uneven. It could be fun to roll around the hills. If it were a grassy path, then I would like to roll around. And ruin my furrier nest, we conquer. Killjoys. Yeah, those two are a bunch of killjoys. Oh! That's the... It starts with myth or something? Midge. And then thief, okay. First of all, I think I'll heal Cabo. Hey Pilot, what's up man? Good evening. You're popping in for a few minutes between study sessions, alright? How is Bug Fables going tonight? I just started it. I'm in chapter 3. I'm between going to the beehive or exploring the desert. So I'm finishing the exploration of the desert before taking the elevator to the beehive. This game is lovely, wholesome, chill, and nice. Fantastic soundtrack too. Also fun, action, dynamic battle mechanics, and it has a very good humor as well. So I decided to go for it for a more easy night than the scheduled game which would be a heading time. But as I had 2 anime events today, and I will have another one tonight, I decided to not go for a heading time. I was not really feeling it, and having something more easy, more chill, more light. But hey Pilot, since you are here, let me show you some things. I always have stuff to show off, right? Today, finally I got him. I got my art of this little guy. Yeah, this guy is Gino. You'll meet him soon, I'm pretty sure of that. He's going to be partnering up with my Mellow right there. They are both from the same artist. So thankfully this artist headed to the same anime event I went. Which by the way, I gotta say, even though the anime event was kinda, let's say, simple and small, I'm so happy the townhouse decided to organize it. So, you know, it's always great to have the townhouse working on cultural things, especially something that's normally underrated like anime, geek, and nerdy events, you know? It was so good to be there with some other people, and then it was a free event. And then the band that was there was fantastic when they freaking played the opening of Demon Slayer, because now I have watched myself my Demon Slayer, so now I understand and I recognize the hype and the music of it. I still think that the opening of Demon Slayer was, the first opening, was my favorite opening of this year, or at least of the animes I have watched this year, while my favorite ending was the ending of Summertime Rendering, the first ending. So I was like, finally I know this song well, and then I lost it. I started jumping with everybody, everyone is screaming. I didn't know the lyrics, but I kinda got close when I was screaming. Anyway, it was amazing, especially because it was for free. Tomorrow the anime event won't be for free, but it was actually one of the cheapest anime events I have seen so far in the city. And I was coming back home like thinking, man, I love this city, because this city has been giving me so many nice and little cultural events here and there, especially regarding anime events. Fantastic. I had a very good day, also because thankfully the weather has changed at least for this Saturday. Out of a straight up cloudy, rainy days for the whole week. Today was sunny, so I was there like Sunday thing, re-energizing, enjoying this amazing event. Even though it was very simple, but at least I got my Gino. And yeah, it was fantastic. I had so much fun. And then tomorrow it's going to be Mario Kart all day, right? I'm going to have my rival in there, my Mario Kart rival that I met him in the previous anime event. I'm going to destroy him like Luigi Death Stare. Although I have been playing as the orange Shy Guy, because I normally wear my uniform or jersey from Haikyuu, the volleyball anime, and it's orange, right? It's actually washing right now, so I can wear it tomorrow too. Probably in some hours, or maybe in an hour, I will take a break just to set the washer machine to drying, right? To drying function, so it can get my jersey ready for tomorrow. Yeah, Gino with E. With E, right? Not with I, but that's him, yeah. You do not recognize him, but I'm pretty sure you get to know him very, very soon. And you love him, he's amazing. Yeah, the artist is very talented. I just hope that he kinda worked on more Mario and Pokemon drawings, but he kinda focused more on JoJo. He has many. I actually bought some JoJo characters. I don't remember if I showed you them, probably I did. But I bought Jotaro art from him, and also a Nigi art from him. Iggy is the dog, right? The dog from the Arc Tree of JoJo. And then on the anime event, they also sang JoJo songs live, Pokemon, even Shurato. Who in 2022 still remember Shurato in Brazil? They remember, that's why that band is so awesome. They also played Digimon, they played Naruto, One Piece, Death Note. Anyway, it was super good. Tomorrow there will be another band on the anime event, and then I don't know how great they are, but I hope they are super great too. But I will totally be focusing the most on the Mario Kart, right? Mario Kart 8. But hey, Gino was not the only thing I wanted to show you. I think you recognize and you also like this a lot, right? When I was coming home, I stopped by the bakery, got myself some bread, some cheese, some turkey, some milk, pasta, and those. Oh, don't follow my setup, please. But you probably know what those are, right, Arnold? If only this camera could focus, but maybe it's good for you that it doesn't focus? No, it's not Brigadeiro, man. It's the straight opposite. Brigadeiro is the dessert, right? No, this is kipe. It's kipe. I could swear you had kipe before because you know a lot on Middle Eastern dishes, right? You even told me that this was Lebanese or something. Yeah, this is kipe. Or in Portuguese, kibe, right? But Emily told me in English it's kipe. So I have been saying it's kipe. But there is no focus, yeah. There is no focus on my webcam. Rip. I know you don't eat this anymore, right? But I still love them. It's one of the few meat-based dishes that I like. Oh, although now my fingers are greasy, so I will need to wash them. I'll be right back. Oh, you thought so? But it was thinking it was a weird round version of Brigadeiro. I mean, Brigadeiro normally is round, right? So you wouldn't be wrong. But keeping here is normally more cylindrical, but you can also find them kinda smaller like those. It's this bakery's way of cooking it. Normally they are bigger and more cylindrical, right? Honestly, kibe or kipe, this will sound bad, but it's the complete opposite of being bad. I love this to death. But it normally is poop shaped. Yeah, it's normally poop shaped, you know, the shape of poop. Yeah, imagine a poop and then that's how it's shaped normally, but this bakery prefers doing it into smaller balls. Kibe, yeah, kibe is it in Portuguese too. But as Emily told me it's kipe in there, I kinda thought it could be more relatable for people in the US. Yeah, it's normally American. You know what? You gave me a better example, right? That's how classic people go, right? I was completely informal right now saying it's poop shaped. No, American football shape, it's way more classy and refined. That's true. I also exclusively eat them soaked in savory yogurt. I have never thought about that. Which yogurt? Is it strawberry? The only one I have at home right now is strawberry. Also, did you know that I checked one of those random news on Twitter one of these days? And they were talking about a research. And then this research tests the effect of some food in the lives of some people towards developing diabetes too, right? So they got to the conclusion that red meat raises your chances of getting diabetes too, while milk and yogurt drops it. So thank goodness I drink a lot of milk, I love yogurt. But yes, I was reading that research. It looks like yogurt and milk are great to decrease your chances of developing diabetes. I'll be right back, man. Do I really need to wash it? You know what? Maybe now it's not as dirty. I will stay here, never mind. Bug Fables, let's go. But what did you have for dinner today, man? I will try the freezing attack again. Violet, do you by any chance play Suikoden? Because the news of this week, at least for Gabriel and X5, were the Suikoden games, right? That 1 and 2, or Suikoden 1 and 2 will be remade by Konami. They announced that during the Tokyo Game Show. Gabriel and X5 are going crazy right now. There we go. Man, an awesome defending. There we go. That's what I want to see. Let's not take those hits. Oh my god, 2 in a row. Come on. Come at me, Mosquito. I have my electric racket ready to kill ya. Are you kidding me? You can call me the Rhythm Master at this point, even though I still could not beat Elite Beat Agents, right? Okay, now Cabo couldn't do it, but Vi is the pro... It is the pro anti-Mosquito character. Let's take... No, let's try killing this mid, right? Wait, how many turns do I have? Everybody? No, only Vi and Leaf. No, let's attack the freaking Psycorp. So I can take Midge or the Psycorp. If I attack Midge, he's going to attack again, right? I'm going to take the Psycorp out. There we go. I think I'll go for Ice Magic again, so I can kill them both at once. Wait. Leave. There we go. Give me my berries because I need them. Definitely not strawberry. It's too sweet. Do you think it is too sweet? I mean, I think it's too artificial, right? But honestly, I do like it. The recipe used for making savory yogurt? Oh yeah, you said it was savory. I don't know why when I read it, I felt that I read it like tasty yogurt instead of savory, so I was thinking you were talking about a yogurt with lots of taste. No, you're talking about savory, right? It's yogurt sauce. Is like yogurt or plain yogurt, corn flour, short grain rice, salt, cloves on yogurt. I never thought about that before, but you know what? That sounds good. Normally I use cloves on my oatmeal. Cilantro, butter, mint too, and water. You are a fan of the book that Suikoden is based on. I didn't know it had a book. It's called The Water Margin, written several hundred years ago in China. But you have never played the Suikoden games. We all should, right? I will for sure, eventually. Actually, it was in my list to be like one of my next games. But then Gabriel kinda said on Discord this week as well that now that the remake is out, I don't mind waiting for you to play it later, because I think he wants me to play the remake instead of the original. So I don't know if I'll play it that soon. But I am definitely curious to check it out at some point. So I can only go south here this time? Interesting that it was based on a book. You also have them on your retirement list. Too many hours, not enough interest. I kinda do have a big interest, especially because it looks like it's going to be one of those games that have many characters and multiple endings, just like Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross was a blast. Oh, this guy almost got me. The Chomper. Now I need to heal a little bit. You play them in about 45 to 50 years. Jesus, Pilot. Come on, be more hopeful you'll be able to play them. I don't know when the remake is out. "45 to 50 years, man, that's too much." Probably by that time there will be, I don't know, another remaster of Suikoden? There will be like Suikoden VR, Metaverse Suikoden 2. We are going to be at like Suikoden 20, Final Fantasy 100. Chrono Black Hole or something. Yeah, those are the upcoming games for the future in like 40 to 50 years. You're going to be AFK, alright, man? I think we're studying, right? Time to hit our next study session, go for it. You're trying to do the Pomodoro. Pomodoro is great. I was doing Pomodoro when I was trying to read more of the Game of Thrones. It's very good. Hey Sober, what's up, man? It's basically 25 minutes of focus, 5 minutes off. Wait, although those 5 minutes off were more, right? Because it's my stream, we take way more than 5 minutes a year. But yeah, man, go for some good studying in there. Thank you for staying during the breaks. Repeat 3 more times, then take a oh, maybe we were by the longer break. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, I appreciate the longer break being with me because I need more than 5 minutes for sure. Subaru, I got my Geno art. Let me finish this fight and then I show it to you. He freaking fake it and then he gets me. Right now, Subaru, I'm testing or checking the path between the Golden Settlement and the Defiant Root. Before taking the lift to get to the hive. Oh, look at this, what is in here? What was this for? Oh, I found a badge. I just found a strong start medal. The equipped ally starts battle with an extra turn, but their exhaustion ramps up quicker. Honestly, this is not bad. Especially if it's Vi who gets it, because Vi is like the healer. That's not a bad badge at all. I just need more badge points. Let me show Subaru the things I have tonight. I got my Gino. The artist went to the anime event. He's beautiful, and then he's going to be together with Mello. But I'm actually thinking about reorganizing things behind there. I'm thinking about picking up this Mario, putting him on this section right here in the castle section together with Yoshi, maybe on the top of my 3DS games and then under the Mario flip-flop, so I can have a space there for both Mello and Gino. But I also need to think on how and where am I also displaying my Persona cards, because right now they are right there on top of Mario. But I think I'll try buying something like this that I keep my phone or I put my phone. It's like a support, you know, so you can kind of place it right there. I'm thinking about buying something like this for my Persona cards, so I can also try displaying them somewhere on the room or on the back. But yeah, Gino is ready now. The only thing is that Gino is much bigger than Mello, because the Mello back there is so smaller, but I still love them anyway. And I also got some kipis, or kibis, right? One of my favorite snacks. Then I decided to go for Bug Fables because that's what I was feeling like playing. Otherwise, I think I would not stream tonight. Not to mention that I would start streaming late, and I did. So instead of like remembering, returning to whatever I was doing in ahead in time, I decided to keep on going with what I'm playing every day almost. And that's also more chill, more easy. When I'm back to ahead in time, I probably will play it a lot. So I decided to leave it for another time. I think I should start making holes on my wall to start to hang them somewhere. I wish I could have more... No, it's not trade the word. Let me look on Google. Shelves maybe? Yeah, more shelves. But some like wall shelves, not necessarily like a floor shelf, you know, that has a base. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting some shelves around the room. What I have been thinking about streaming every day, a little bit of the same game. I mean, this game is great for me to do it because I love this game. So it doesn't feel too bad. I actually get excited to stream more of this. I think it also depends a lot on the game, right? There are games and games. There are games that I can see myself playing it a lot. There are games that I can't play it a lot. The wholesome games in general, I think it's better for me to be playing them more, you know? At least I'm hoping. But, I mean, I have been able to do that this last week, but in the end it's never guaranteed, right? Maybe next week I will like be busy or I don't know, get tired. Actually, by the way, in some weeks, or maybe like in one more week, my family is going to visit me, so during that week I probably will not be streaming that much, if not streaming at all. And they're going to stay for 4 to 5 days, I think. So I kinda would not want to be streaming while they are around, I'm not sure. We found another Thorn Path in here. I also really need to like clean the house. I think I will start doing that on Monday. It's going to be annoying AF, but I will do it. I gotta do it. But yeah, it's because Bug Fables is very nice to be playing, right? So I'm enjoying this game a lot. I checked the dialogue in here, right? I did not. Water. I need water. We are close to the hills. Hang in there. We are not thirsty, but perhaps we shouldn't boast this once. I mean, Leaf could like make a nice block and then Vi could drink it. Oh, this is where it connects. I see. So now I can check mark this. Mysterious locked door at the entrance of Golden Settlement. Checked. It's a connection between the Golden Settlement and the Defiant Root. Thankfully on this way I got some more berries. Also, you were asking one of these days, right, Subaru, that there were like a badge seller on this Golden Settlement. They sell items. Those are items. I need a Tangerberry. I have that. I mean, never mind, maybe I don't. However, they are really rare. It's rumored that only Golden Cities carry them. Never mind, I don't have that. I have other berries. If you ever find one, bring it to me, and I will cook you my greatest dish. Before that though, I still did not find a Tangerberry for you. But I will ask you to cook me. Actually go back. 2 ingredients. Give me a leaf salad. No, go back. Oh my god. There we go, yes. If he cooks a single salad, I mean, a single leaf, what does it do? It is a salad? Oh my god, I was wasting leaves then. Okay, so with a single leaf I can have the salad. Oh yes, I could check the extra dialogues of the guests of this city, right? Or like the people of this city. That's true, I still didn't do that. I think I did that on the Defiant Root, but not in here. Yeah. Let's also buy some songs. Although let's only buy 2 because I'm lacking on berries, right? So I'm going to buy... I'll buy Cut It Up. I just was hanging out with Cut, right? So why not? And then, do you wanna pick one, Subaru? The first one is Blast Golden Lands. Then we have the Sacred Hills and these right here. Venus. Venus, the goddess of bountiful harvests. This is so Top Gear. and then Castlevania. Alone bee guarding a huge door. Well, she's not truly alone, the aphid is keeping her good company. It's truly adorable, maybe we'll pet it. Wow, with the super death glare she gave you a leaf? I guess we'll settle for watching from afar, or you can pet the bad bug you got, right? The tent bug. This cute aphid, did it escape the farm? Hehehe, it seems to be giving this guard some company. I'm sure it's fine. We are grateful to be able to see it up close. I can't get close to this guy? It's the farms! It's so good to see everything firsthand and so fresh and so vegetable. Indeed, the big tree overseeing it is quite a spectacle. Indeed, the big tree overseeing it is quite the spectacle too. I didn't take you for an agriculture enthusiast, Vi. I'm not, but I sure like food, all of us. They work hard to make it easy for us. Are you okay there, Vi? What? Can't I ever be grateful for anything? Keep on practicing, Vi. You'll be grateful for more things, right? Especially when you get your dream accomplished by our help or with our help. What nice robes. He looks so magical. Hey, Leaf, maybe you need a robe too. You're right, Leaf, with a sorcerer robe? No, we'll keep our look. By the way, I saw a magnet today on the anime event. Or maybe it was not a magnet, it was a sticker. It was a freaking Kirby, but looking like Arya from Spy Family. Jesus, it was such a good sticker. I wanted to buy it, but I wasn't strong enough to save my money. But it was so genius, like a Kirby, but dressed like Arya from freaking Spy Family. It was so cute. And doing the smug look as well. Oh wait, wrong button. Wrong button part 2. Oh, the Aphid Farms, it's a joy to be here. The girl has the right idea. That's the one, Subaru, yeah. I really wanted to get that sticker. But again, I was strong enough to not buy anything. Because I do need to stop buying random arts, even though they are fantastic. But as you can see, first I need to have more space. Because everything back there is looking convoluted, or like it's starting to get crumpled. I need to get more space, also more money, and then I can get my art. But sometimes it's tempting. They're really cute, aren't they? Shame you can't own one. We could always get an adorable pillbug. Team Snake Mouth's mascot. We already have one. No, we'd have one though. Don't worry, B. Don't worry, Vi, right? We have one. It must be rough picking up berries all day. Ants are extremely strong, are we right? Indeed, objects even I would find heavy are quite manageable for them. Then this job must be like child's play to them. This went from worst job to best job pretty quickly. If you are an ant, at least. Venus seems to be held in high regard even though the workers haven't seen her. We made a promise, so we are bound to not tell. It's better this way, right? It's funny that this dialogue is... It is after the meeting with Venus. I wonder how would the dialogue be before the meeting with Venus, because as they are saying they made a promise, that promise was after the Venus fight. But I could check on this character, this ant, way before that, so I wonder how they would change it. There is no point to faith if you know for sure. That's surprisingly deep, Vi. What was the promise? That we wouldn't tell anybody that Venus exists. Yeah, she kinda likes to be secret. How dashing. She's like a bee knight. What are you gushing all over her for? I'm way cooler. Right, Vi? I don't mean to judge, but is this ant doing anything? Management must have some value, don't you think? Standing around all day giving orders, maybe I should be a manager. Those poor workers. Yeah, those poor workers. Vi is the like 10 out of 10 capitalist. Work everybody right now, no break or no break time. Oh, the name of her is Samira? Samiras come to the festival too. It's inspiring to see her putting the legwork to achieve her goals. Yeah, hopefully business will be good during the festival. A stag beetle? How nostalgic. There aren't many of these in Bulgaria. My homeland's bustling with them. Where is your homeland? And many other beetles. Like a Cabo Kingdom, huh? What's up? I was once told the bartender of this settlement was an energetic mantis lady. Suffice to say, this fellow cannot possibly be her. Who knows, maybe she quit or something. Have you all noticed how nosy we get sometimes? You guys are very nosy. I think the lady is actually now in the inn. Right here. Is that the lady? What a happy innkeeper. It really makes you wanna stay, doesn't it? It makes me wonder how she's not bored. Then we have one of the rare mosquitoes that have a good job or like a good life. Hey guys! Doesn't she kind of look like Shades? Yeah, but she's not doing the shady stuff. Goodness, you're right. It is pretty uncanny. I'll have to bother Shades about it later. I think that dialogue was also after the Shades meeting, right? So this game updates its extra dialogues, which is very impressive, by the way. An acolyte, huh? It's so unusual to see someone so deep into their faith. Well, of all places, the Golden Settlement worships a very specific goddess, and Cabo as well, no matter where he is. And it's worked out pretty good for them. Indeed, it's not too uncommon to see devout followers around. Every place has a different culture, huh? That's some admirable neck fluff. It must be so comfortable falling asleep with it around the neck. Unless it is not a hot day. It is so impractical. My fluff is way better. Don't get jealous, Vi. I'll never be jealous of any other bee. So bitter. Miss Amber's come to the festival too. She's from the storage service, pretty sure she's here for work. That sucks, having to work on the festival. Let's make sure to honor her sacrifice by making good use of this service. Ugh, this guy. What's wrong with him? He won't buy our stuff, it's beyond rude. Vi, do you know shopkeepers have no obligation to buy our items, right? This is a plentiful area, they are probably overstocked more than anything else. Whatever, go sell to the caravan, they know a good deal when they see it. Poor caravan. It's that gourmet from the plaza. Yeah, he has been traveling everywhere. Yup, anyways, let's go. Can't we stay a bit? We wanted to drink some Dew together. Liv, have made friends without us noticing. I'm so proud. Friends may be a bit too strong a word. Cut's quite the skilled chef. But his attitude sucks. I don't think so. Normally would avoid him out of principle, but his food is actually a grade higher than Fry's. I did not notice any difference, but at least he has a request while Fry doesn't. Maybe that's how he is a higher grade than Fry. I'm inclined to agree, regrettably. You know how it is? If you are really good, you can act however you want. I do not agree, but I kind of think that is a little bit true, right? Let's make sure to get some good festival food at least. She's so bishy. It's not like she does it on purpose. Nature loves to play tricks with our eyes, although it sure enjoys the bee aesthetics. All moths look so different from each other. Indeed, Leaf, using your wings as a robe is quite unique. Well, father did it all the time. We ended up copying him. I see, your father must have looked very cool too. You could start a fad. It would be fun, or it would be no fun if everyone did it. I don't remember this bug right here. Took him long enough to move around. Are you upset, Leaf? Oh no, but we wish he had done his job sooner. This is the lift guy? Leaf is upset. Knock it off. Nothing like resting after some fixing. Yeah, that guy was in the lift. So that's where he returned to. You know what? We haven't checked on Venus, right? Also, hello? Maybe after the path was opened and the elevator was fixed, Venus became a tourist attraction? So everyone wants to visit her? What a beautiful golden paradise! I love coming here after the festival. If only she had been able to see it too. She? It's truly something here on a pilgrimage. Oh, explorers, what a wonderful surprise. I am indeed. Aren't these violet leaves just amazing? This whole area is so full of beauty, yet it's still dangerous. Please be careful as you take in the sights. Thank you, miss. Be safe as well. we kind of cleared the path for her, so the worst danger was already beaten, right? It seems Venus has granted this cricket access to the hills. So it's not only by winning offerings? What could Venus criteria be? Let me go check the washing machine. I left my Haikyuu jersey washing. I'm not sure if it is over. Also, there is something I want to check on my phone too, but it is recharging next to me. So I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Now my jersey is drying. Oh, you just finished your final Pomodoro for the night? Great, man. What were you studying? I'm guessing you probably were studying either politics or economics. Right now in the game we're just exploring. There is this mechanic on this game that we only figured it out kinda late, which is like, not only we can get a comment from my party on the scenery I am at, like this. Leaf, you don't feel weird anymore. It's only weird when we feel new magic, then it just kinda goes away. Phil, it would be bad if you couldn't be near the artifacts at all. So I was thinking this one mechanic was just for the scenery, but actually it is for the scenery or characters. So if I get close to a character, I also get a comment about the character, so I'm kinda re-exploring just to see the dialogues for the characters as well, right? Because I didn't know that was a thing. And I came here to check on Venus. What do they have to say about Venus? Goddess Venus is so nice for someone of her status. No kidding, Elisant II could learn a bit from her. Maybe we should bring the queen to visit. That will probably be difficult, I imagine. And we are not willing to put in the extra effort to make it happen. Aww. Since I'm here, do you have anything new to say, Venus? Back already? Well, it's nice of you to visit. Feel free to relax around my flowers. Also, I don't remember if I checked this area. Yes, I checked this, yeah. You were riding a course, or actually a writing course. I have found that you are quite good at business style writing, but you are terrible at academic writing. Business style writing? Oh, I'm not sure if I get the difference. So you have decided to launch into a basic writing course. So, do you really need to write a lot? Like in your work? But to be honest, academic writing is hard. Like, I don't think many people are talented on writing things for academic, right? It is hard. Like writing articles and things. that gives a lot of work too. Almost constantly, and now you have to do more academic writing too, as you have been working with the scientists. Oh yeah. So studying that totally will be helpful, and it is very hard in my opinion, because you have so many, like, it's not only regarding the way you write it, but it's also regarding the rules, right? There are rules for you to follow, like the paragraph needs to be this way or have this size, or you know, at least in Brazil there are rules for that, and those rules are annoying AF. So I think that was it for most of this area. There is only this right here. He's wearing thumbnails, not doing himself any favors if he wants to look approachable. Let's not be quick to judge, I'm sure he's an upstanding merchant. It's a bit weird to see Ant Guard so far from the city. With the mines, we could say they're not too far. These tunnels were a super great idea. I guess we'll have to give the Queen credit for that. Oh, this poor Tangy bug is still doing it, right? So he came from a far land, so did you. Any idea of which? He said it's one to the east. I've heard of one region where bugs look like seeds and berries. I've heard of that place too, in the fairy tales. So those tales could be real. We should go there someday. I hope we will. It sounds like a secret place. He's so tall. I imagine you are not used to that feeling, Leaf. It's funny they are mentioning that because today when I was walking back home, I was being glad and thankful I have long legs. Yes, I was being very glad I have long legs because it does help me to walk fast, right? So I was like blessing the heavens for giving me long legs. I abhor academic writing, but I'm hoping to develop an appreciation after so many years of business writing, which is less formal, more direct, concise, and uses active voice. The formal, passive, and verbosity of academic writing drives you sliding insane. Yeah, right. Instead of like speaking the way you feel comfortable, you gotta speak the way they want you to speak. And then you need to fit, and fitting sucks. But you got this, pilot. Keep on going through the writing course, and then it's going to feel better for you. Long legs are great. I too have them. Your fiancé does not. If I walk at normal speed, she has to trot to keep up. A quick walk for me quickly becomes a jog for her. Oh damn. But yeah, man, I love my long legs. I was being thankful for it because I was like, it was a super fun day, right? Nothing very big happened, but I was very happy towards the tiny things. So when I was walking back home, my playlist was like giving me the bangers, and then also the way was quite empty, or at least relatively empty. Maybe because it was already night. Also, like I said, it's been a sequence of cold days in Rio, although today was a beautiful day, which was actually surprising to see few people out. But yeah, there were not many people, so I was like listening to my bangers, wearing a mask, and there are benefits of wearing masks not only to protect you from COVID or the viruses, right? I can sometimes like fake singing as well, and then nobody would see me singing. I can also laughing. I can be laughing, and then nobody would see or notice that I would be laughing. So I was super enjoying my personal moment walking back home, and then there was the hill part, and then I was like, let's freaking go full mode. And then I was getting memories of this one anime, which is a cycling anime. It's Yo Amushi Paddle. I'm super stoked that next month we are getting another season of it. And in Yowamushi Pedal they have to like ride up hills too on their bikes, and then they have the whole position, right, of their body and everything. So I was like, let me incline my body and then go up this hill. So it was like being silly with myself. It's the best thing you can do with your life is being silly with yourself. That's my life lesson for you guys tonight. So I was really enjoying it, and then being thankful to my long legs, because otherwise my silly moment would be worse. Like I wouldn't be able to go uphill very fast and enjoy the music while doing that. It would be more tiresome as well. Anyway, I wouldn't be too fast either, and then going fast was great. It's all the same to me. Why is everybody else so tall? More like, why are you so short? You wanna fight, Leaf? Never mention height ever again. I think we can go back to the desert, right? Let's go back to the desert. Have you been riding your motorbike that much, Pilot? You had a motorbike, right? I admit that I forgot these enemies were mimics of a cactus. I was not realizing they were there, but sure, we can have a fight, although I forgot to heal. Let me heal after this. Being sitting something I'm actually quite bad at, but I have been working on it. I'm very happy that at least for a moment, I was able to lose myself during the anime band concert, right? Because normally I kinda, I don't know, feel shy or something, but when they played the opening of Demon Slayer, I couldn't hold it. I mean, I was singing, screaming, like the other songs I knew, Saint Seiya for example, Digimon, Pokemon as well. But when I really lost it was during the Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer had to jump. I couldn't stay at my feet. So I'm happy that I, overcame my shyness or anything. As everybody else too, like during Demon Slayer nobody was stationary, everybody was like kinetic power, everybody was moving, burning energy. It was so awesome. You have not been using the motorcycle lately, but you have been riding a bike. I have pondered whether to sell the motorcycle. I mean, it's a good thing. If you are not missing it too much, or if the bicycle takes you to the places you mostly go in your city, then I think it's a good thing. And then if you ever need to, I don't know, get somewhere far, you can still use the public transportation, right? Or maybe taking an Uber or something, like a taxi. If I take this path here, it's the thorns, right? Yeah. I will go back just to heal, and then we keep on going up. and it is cheaper to rest in here than in the Defiant Root. Although I should also have taken the tunnel, returned to the End Kingdom and rested in there for the same price but getting a honey drop. Next time I do that. The transit usually works for where you need to go, only occasionally using an Uber or taxi. Still today I have never ordered an Uber. Normally when I need to use such a thing, it's when I'm with my friends and then my friends order it and then we share the ride, right? But like ordering it myself, I still have never. Although I do order taxis when I need, but it's very, very rare. Thankfully, I kinda can either take the bus or walk by foot to the places I need to go. We're lucky to have that, as public transit through Canada and the US tends to be quite bad. Snack time, get something good, man. Oh, some cottage cheese, nice. Cottage cheese is the one that I'm thinking, I'm not sure, but I like to eat some cheese with oregano. I don't know if you have oregano. That's my suggestion for you. If it is one of those cheese that can be good with oregano, highly recommended. Okay, so I checked this path and unfortunately I couldn't much because there is still that mystery right there. The only thing left for me now is to actually take the elevator to the Bee Kingdom, so I guess I'll do it. So we've come back, Vi, on a mission from what I can tell. Get us up? Sure thing, hop on, explorers. We're not done talking about your issues, Vi, we're just saving it for later. Drop it, seriously, I don't want to talk about it. Vi. Therapy sessions with Vi. Look, Vi, even if you don't like them, it can be that bad or it can't be that bad. Indeed, we'll protect you if they speak poorly of you. That's not really going to happen, you know? So they don't tease you? Just a little bit? Vi, could it be the Hive has done nothing to you? Nonsense, why would she be so unwilling otherwise? He's right. I am. The Hive didn't do anything. I did. Vi, what did you do to the Hive? My sister kept teasing me, okay? Saying exploring's a job for other bugs. That it was too dangerous and that I couldn't do it. So I got really mad and said a lot of mean stuff to her and ran off. Simply angry child, right? Told my boss to shove it. I told the queen she had no idea what I'm capable of. Vi. So in this story, you are the mean one. Kinda, they had it coming though. That's great, is it? All you have to do is say you're sorry and it will get fixed. No way. Even if I was super mean, they still teased me all the way. I'm not gonna say sorry. Not even to your close sister, it's your family. She can say sorry first. I'm not gonna lose after making a big scene. Look, the mission's most important, okay? I don't wanna talk about this anymore. We are almost at the top. We are not off the hook, Vi. So this is the Bee Kingdom. They were not joking that it is at the top of the tree. Going down to the Defiant Root? No. Enjoy your visit to the hive. That's repeated, by the way. Every time there is a bee next to a lift, that's the dialogue. The hive's gigantic. Most bugs just see the main area though. Most of it's just honey and housing. So most of this hive is honey, we'll have to investigate. That honey is for bees, not for you. You know what's even better than snack number 1 is snack number 2. 175 grams of strawberry Scar or Skyer. I'm not sure what's the Skyer part, but strawberry, ooh. Yeah, strawberry man, good call. Yeah, the hives aren't on trees, that's true. I was just surprised that this is a very big tree, right? There is not even background music. Oh my god, the hive is mechanical. Show your ID, people. Greetings, visitors. Please hold still as we scan for impurities. Man, the honey production is straight up quality, right? What? They are going to say 100% impure. Leave. Huh? Huh? You are saying we are not clean or something? I love how Leaf is ready to attack. Leaf's like, don't take me, security, or you're going to have this chunk of ice right at your face. It's not that, well, yeah, okay. You can pass. Alright, I have been cleared to pass. Leaf is pissed off. What a peculiar room. This is the scan corridor, so they know we are clean or whatever. That's weird. Yep. Welcome to the Bee Kingdom. Not the bees! Goodness, what a grand welcome. Why, is this normal? Not really. Hold it, folks. Now who's that? Professor something? The scanner picked up something weird from one of you. I have the feeling it's Leaf. Maybe to detect if Leaf was weird to the system. I mean, I think that's exactly what's going on right now, Sober. I think they picked up something weird from Leaf. So Skar or Skyer is sort of like yogurt from Iceland. It is thicker than even Greek yogurt and so good. I see, so you're eating yogurt now. I was thinking you were eating the strawberry, but no, it is that one yogurt type, strawberry flavored. But weren't you saying that strawberry was too sweet for you? I will add, just because you are having that, I will eat my strawberry yogurt too. You are dipping a banana in it? Okay, I don't like raw banana, or like when you don't cook a banana or fry a banana. So banana yogurt is a no to me. Yeah. In there, do you guys have the dehydrated milk? That's like a powder, milk powder, I'm not sure how do you say it. And then if you mix that powder on water, then you get milk, right? My dad loves to eat for breakfast squashed banana with that milk powder, or like dehydrated milk, right? My dad loves that. And maybe if you add some granola, peanuts, oatmeal or something to it, you can kind of improve that dish. But yeah, my dad likes to squash banana or like smash a banana and then add the dehydrated milk to it. It also works with chocolate mix if you want some chocolate taste to it. But to me, bananas are mostly either for vitamins or like milkshakes, uh, fried bananas, or cooked bananas. Other than that, I'm not a big fan. Not that I hate it, but I don't like the texture, basically. So the strawberry yogurt is too sweet to use a kibe sauce. Oh yeah, you were talking about the kibe sauce. Yeah, that's true. Although Skyer and Greek yogurt are also less sweet than normal, but they probably have more. That's a guess. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing they are somewhat fatter on the milk fat because I normally don't eat Greek yogurt or different yogurts, right? But if I had to guess, they have more milk properties than the rest. That's how I picture them. Hence why they are also creamier. It's because I think they have more, milk components, including fat. The scanner picked up something weird from one of you. Although that milk component will help to blend the artificial flavor of a fruit, right? Like strawberry in that case. Just like what I do with like heavy cream. When I mix heavy cream with chocolate, the chocolate flavor is not too strong. What? Was it us? Most definitely. Is Leaf okay? Dear me, we've caused a scene. Could you come with me? I'll check it out as soon as possible. You sure wanna trust her, Leaf? Yeah, we don't have any leads right now, nothing to lose. Guide the way, Doctor. So that's what the reading meant. Doctor, is Leaf okay? According to the tests, ancient crystal fragments lie within you. If I'm not wrong, you can use magic? Yeah, after we woke up in Snake Mouth, it just suddenly came to us. Is this how Leaf is going to finally learn another element, by the way? Nothing artificial in this one? Oh, it has the chunks. Oh, those are good, Pilot. Those are super good, man. You know what? I'm totally going for my strawberry yogurt that has no chunks. Rip me, right? Yeah, the other day I was craving acai too. Today it's the yogurt or the strawberry yogurt day. You know what else I have? I have flavored water. Yes, I flavored a jar of water with tangerine peel. It's been also fantastic. I think tangerine is the best and easiest peel for you to flavor water. It works so great. After we woke up, oh, you know what? I think I'll eat a tangerine after the shrimp too. I can have the strawberry yogurt and a tangerine. And then I may switch or swap the pill I have right now on the jar to the new one, and then also refill the water level. Good plan. It just suddenly came to us. So that was the super bad lie? You still doubted us? Given the weirdness of it, I would tally it to healthy skepticism. Magical powers are a common side effect of a body being linked to those crystals. Although there is still something our scanner couldn't identify. Something else may be inside of your body. It's the Everlast sapling! Something else? If you'd let me put you under for a while, I could look into it. He has just become a freaking guinea pig. Yeah, the infusion, that's what I'm telling you. Try it with tangerine peels. It is so good. Because it doesn't get bitter. It actually gets the tangerine oil, but doesn't go bitter, right? Usually infuse my water with cucumber. I bought cucumber today. I bought cucumber today. Should I try that? I will try that. I never tried that. I bought the cucumber so I could try making salads with cucumber, arugula, maybe some cilantro, the honey mustard sauce I bought, and the sesame seeds. Yeah, that's why I bought cucumber. You also go for lime, but then the lime one, do you actually leave the peel? Or maybe the zest? Or do you add the juice? But I should try the cucumber. Never thought about that. Okay, so they are going to examine leaf. Put us under. You know, fast asleep. Then we explore your insides after. After, nope, it's not happening. What? Leaf, you had this sort of power? No, it's weird. We just moved on our own. Also, by the way, as he has been always speaking on we, what if, now I'm just realizing that, what if there is another spirit or like another person inside of Leaf? And then that's why he says we? And then maybe this other spirit, this other personality, this other whatever is connected to the crystals and is also what gives him those powers. Maybe the reason why he has been speaking on we for the entire game is actually because there is something else inside of him, not only the crystals, but maybe another spirit, another being, right? I'll just slice the lime into roundels. Oh, got it. And then the peel included. Okay, it's just like how some people do it in here with sodas, especially Pepsi and Coke, right? They like to add a slice of lime or orange, and then they drop the soda on that, and then the infusion happens. Yep. I should try that too, although my limes I prefer making the juice like the limeade. Sorry, we don't know what happened. We are not too keen to be put under, however. An involuntary self-defense mechanism. Leaf, was it? Give it some thought. Your condition is fascinating. I'm starting to get worried. Don't be, we feel fine. We are getting closer to the truth, although there is much left to answer. Well, I think we'll leave it at that for today. Sorry for distressing you. So we learned a barrier? A defensive attack or something? It's okay, really thanks. Well, we are going to be late to the meeting, aren't we? Oh yeah, the Ant Kingdom brought the materials for the key replacement, right? I've heard there are 4 other explorers looking around the hive. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably uh Straders and Delilah, or Celia and Levi. But it could also be freaking Motiva and Zosp, right? Those are the other exploration teams that I can't remember right now. Could you round them up in front of the throne room? I will meet you there when I finish some things up. Crow! Call me doctor, I love his voice or her voice. Round up the data, we have work to do. Oh yeah, doctor. Great, I'll walk around the hive. By the way, doctor, you have some interesting items right there. Are you a badge seller? Why does that badge looks like the Hollow Knight? Can't be the worst thing. We would like to get to know this place. Leaf, can I use Bubble Shield Light in battle? HB's lab is impressive, but we would rather not be here. Her proposition was quite startling, but at least she didn't press the issue. Maybe she can open you up, Kabu, to find out why you're so nice. Not in a million moons. So Professor Honeycomb's not the only prestigious researcher around. Those two are always fighting. If they are so smart, they should act more grown up. Coming from you, Vi? Also, I was not expecting some bossa nova on this song. Holy shit, this is a banger. There is a smiley face on this monitor, by the way. There is a freaking smiley face. Invalid user access denied. Rip me. I still need some time to process the data. Could you find the other explorers? Yeah. They should be around the hive somewhere. There's so much data to sort through. It feels like I'll never finish. HB is running poor crow ragged. Science looks like a lot of hard work. It's like the thinking version of exploring. I like their definitions, it's not bad. Science is indeed a lot of hard work, and it is the thinking version of exploring. These look like badges though. Spy specs. It is a medal. I say badges because of Paper Mario, but in here it's medal, right? A medal made by Dr. HB. It allows the party to see the enemy HP without spying, and spying won't speed a turn. Oh, I like that spying wouldn't speed a turn, or actually spend a turn. Whoa, that medal looks cool. Let's snatch it. No, let's see if we can convince HB to give it to us somehow. What about this other one, the Hollow Knight medal? It's the detector, a medal made by Dr. HB. It beeps if there are interesting objects nearby. It's a radar. That medal also looks cool. Let's snatch it. Okay. What do we need to do to get those medals? Maybe not now, but I'm writing that down. HB's medals. Can we open this? We can't, so we need to go left. Wait, this is still his place? Oh no, this is just a sign for HB Lab, right? He has a hologram? Hello there, welcome to Dr. HB's lab, your #1 stop for any weird gadgets. Still feels weird to be home. Despite everything, surely you were a little happy? Well, I did miss the honey fountain. We'll miss it too. Oh look, it's Vi's brother. They have the same angry face. It's been so boring lately. I wish there was some gossip at least. Psst, Leaf. What? Why are you whispering? Don't tell Vi, but doesn't the little bee look like her? I called it too. Ooh, yeah, she does, doesn't she? She looks so annoyed too. You suck at whispering! They have some beautiful art in here too, look at that. This ball is really cute, right? I just look like Motiva. Ah, children, they are so pure and they don't know how Motiva is a demon. Instead of like being a, I don't know, a pop star, she's a demon. Vi is right here. Not in the mood? It's not funny if she won't react. Leaf, you should take it easy on her while we are here. Fine. There's a mix of technology, art, and I don't know, classy bees? Because the bees are kinda rich and classy, right? Leaf, it's good to see you again. Your performance was very pleasing. Who are you? It would be great to have you at the next year's festival. Maybe they're talking about the eating competition? You can count on us. We want to join another... Oh, maybe that... Okay, maybe that was the host for the eating competition. We want to join another eating competition. I think today Pilot would win the eating competition with his strawberry skier. The Golden Festival is the only one though. That's impossible. Eating is the best. How can it be once a moon? Don't be such a glutton, Leaf. Indeed, you must watch your figure. Don't act like you don't sneak in honey drops mid-session. We have seen you. Sorry. Rip Cabo. Good point, Subaru. Maybe that's why he's always hungry. Subaru is saying if he's more than one, so it's more than one eating too, right? Yeah, if there is another personality, spirit, or something inside of Leaf, that explains why he's always hungry. Didn't even get through all the diet food you should have eaten? Maybe 80 or 85% of it? You are going through a diet, man? What is the diet name that you are going for? Because normally they have a name, right? I know the Mediterranean diet is one of the most recommended to people, right? That looks like an elevator. Only B is allowed past this point. Can you get us in then, Vi? No? Vi, can't you convince this guard to let us pass? No? I think I met this bug before too. Yeah, he was in the Golden Settlement for the festival, I think. Hey again, the Bee Kingdom's quite fantastic. You think? The air is clean and the people are nice. There is a great view and good food. Think you will stay here? No, I don't think I will. I want to see what else the world can offer. So this bug right here is Pilot, the Traveler, the Sagittarius Traveler. May we meet again, Explorer? May we meet again indeed. This dude's got style. He's very accessorized. He must be a Bee Kingdom regular. Bees don't really make hats though. Maybe the glasses? Fashion built from many cultures then? It's because he has been everywhere, so he bought a little bit of every place. He must be exploring around too. Look, the Golden Settlement! Can't wait for next year's festival. You can see where we used to stay, good old times. These two seem to be together a lot, don't they? Two friends traveling across Bulgaria, not that unlikely, right? We are just doing the same. They should become an exploration team already. I agree, although there is something about ladybugs and the Ant Kingdom that ladybugs were banned from the Ant Kingdom for some season. Wait, for some reason. So they cannot be an exploration team for the Ant Kingdom. I don't know if the other kingdoms have exploration teams. Maybe they do. But so far I'm only aware of the Ant Kingdom's explorers, right? They don't seem like they can fight though. What about you, hello? The Bee Kingdom was generous enough to let me conduct my research here. The least I can do is land others with my Eliasco. Give it a go with A. We've been thinking for a while, what are those things some bugs wear on their eyes? Do you mean the glasses? Yeah, right? Never heard of them. They're this fascinating gadget that helps bugs with poor eyesight to see better. Really? That small trinket improves eyesight? It's really cool, huh? They started being sold a while ago. It's good to see some things do get better with time. That's the golden settlement right there. This is the Lost Sands. There is water right there. Wait, there is a secret city, maybe also an island. Oh, you know what? Maybe that first island is the Metal Island. We still haven't been there, but they mentioned about it. And then that other thing on the back is the secret island of berry-looking bugs, right? Pirate pays a personal trainer to build his own diet. A friend of mine has been doing the same, but with like a... I don't know if this word is right. A nutritionist? Nutritionist? I'm not sure. Like somebody that also recommends you diets according to your life. A friend of mine started that too. An exercise plan, so no particular name, I see. It's very custom, right? Which is the best? Nutritionist? Yeah, I think that's where the Tenji bug is from. And then that's probably Metal Island. Could we get or understand exactly where is this bug world in? I'm not sure. There is a big... not a big door, but... Imagine if this is like an aquarium. Imagine if all of this is happening inside of an aquarium of, I don't know, it does look like an aquarium, right? Look at this artificial water entering in here. It could be an aquarium of somebody, some kid. That would be a great plot twist. And then this kid built this world, you know? There is a whole jungle past the desert. And also some cylinders right there. Oh, that's probably the Wasp Kingdom. Yeah, that's the Wasp Kingdom right there. That's another hive, right? Yeah, if I had to guess, I think this is an aquarium. Also, what the heck is going on right there? At that mist or foggy place. Also, hi Gabriel, what's up, man? Oh, it is dietitian, the word dietitian. Dietitian. You discovered a new weird manga that you want an anime about. Tell us about it. Super Saints the Silent Bug Hill. Imagine if it is like a horror part of this game. Maybe it is the roaches, like maybe, or maybe the termites. Because I'm also expecting some sort of termites to be on this game. Maybe that's where the termites are. Yeah, maybe that's the Termite Kingdom. I now believe it is the Termite Kingdom. Although I don't know who lives in the Meadow Island. That's right there. No clue who lives there. Maybe not the termites, as it has metal, right? Termites will want wood. It is called Die Dark. I like its name. It's from the same author of Dorohedoro. Dorohedoro is one of the things you were reading, right? You were reading two mangas that were kinda Dodo something, Dorohedoro, Dodo, that were kinda like that, the way they were spelled. Hey, Team Snake Mouth! Thanks again, we own you for back in the desert. It was no problem. I remember this now. One of them was like, saying that, thank goodness we are safe from this exploration to the Defiant Root. And then the other one said, Ari, please don't jinx it. And then suddenly the bandits were like, you jinxed it! And then the bandits attacked the caravan. Yeah, I remember them. Ari, don't jinx it! They would try at least. We'll make up for it, you see. Hey Vi, you were being real quiet. Oh, it's because I don't like my hometown. Just thinking. The hive is super cute. We have to come back together when we are not on the job. Everyone's really nice and they let us drink from the fountain for free. I wanna try that. Yeah, glad you liked it. You ready to meet up? Shoot, we forgot! Oh, those are the other explorers? I was guessing it would be Celia and Levi or Stratus and Delilah. We'll see you there, Team Snake Mouth, okay. Well, at least they're having fun. Vi, what? If it is about earlier, drop it. I don't want to talk about it. Look at us, Vi, this is serious. You are mad over petty things. You are acting like a child. Seriously? That's what you wanted to tell me? We are not finished. Something may happen tomorrow or even today, and then you won't be able to say sorry. Leaf? Instead of acting so proud, won't you be happier if you fix things? Vi, Leaf is right. We never know what can happen. Friends are so precious to lose over nothing. Damn, this turned deep right now. But what if she doesn't forgive me? I was really mean. If you really mean it and show it, she'll forgive you. You are sisters. Fine, I'll try. You're more mature than we expected. Shut up! We're on a mission now, but when we have time, I'll try and apologize, okay? Are you happy now? You promise? I'll do it. I don't need to promise it like some kid. Alright, Vi, we believe you. We hope it goes well. Life's too short to have dumb fights. I feel all tired now. Let's go find the other explorers, okay? And leave the family drama behind. It was Dororo, which is better Demon Slayer in regard to plot. And then there is Dorohedoro. Wait, Dorohedoro. There we go. Dorohedoro is about a world magic mixed with weird steampunk and a lot of weird things. So I can assume Die Dark is also full of weird things. Time for you to head off, Pilot. Alright, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great night and also Sunday. And we'll talk again soon, right? Take care, man. I will be enjoying my strawberry yogurt today to match yours. Great hanging out as always. I appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful night. Thank you so much, man. You'll get some rest after your Pomodoro and not Dorohedoro studying, right? But then Dark or Die Dark, you gotta tell me more, man. If you wanna convince me to play your games, to read your shit, you gotta tell me more. Like, what does it do that it's special, unique, engaging, interesting? Is it a suspense or horror story? Did I check this area, by the way? I don't remember. So all the bees live here? Yup, and it's super duper off limits. First the ants, now the bees. I cannot help but feel excluded. It's just how stuff is, sorry. That's the fountain, can I drink it? Hey, how you're liking our wonderful hive? Have some honey, it's on me. Thank you, we won't forget this, so kind. Yeah, thanks. Oh, the honey heals us. Holy shit, oh my god. Is Motiva there? Oh my god, Motiva is there again. Now with even a freaking panel, look at that. Real life or real sized panel. My, I have always been a bit plain, but clothing works wonders, doesn't it? What's up? It's nothing, I'm just thinking about clothing. Gonna buy some? No, I'm happy with how I look. I'm not sure how to feel about others wishing to change their image. Bugs can do whatever they want. If they wanna wear a big hat, they can do it. Can't say we oppose that view. You're right, it's not my place to judge others, even if I'm not going to wear clothing myself. Jeez, it's not like you cut the scarf off her. Stop apologizing. Oh, Motiva. So Die Dark is still the same weird style, but instead of steampunk, it's on space. Maybe it's dark because of like the dark universe between aliens and robots. Both aliens and robots have several categories inside them that kind of mix the lines between them or blur the lines between them. Okay, that was definitely not what I was expecting for this manga to be about. By the way, Gabriel, Pilot told me that Suikoden was based on a Chinese book. Pilot has never played Suikoden, but I had no idea it was based on a Chinese book. You probably knew that? And Pilot has read the book. Yeah, Pilot has read the book, it seems. Professor Honeycomb and Dr. HB are the last bees from the old generation. They sure managed to outlive even some of the new generation. Is this the power of science? Oh, it's the same Explorer talk. Is that a badge? That looks like a badge. It's like a mask. A bee mask? Welcome! Motiva's famous accessories are on sale. They will bring you the best out of you. Doubtful. The scarf is so pretty. Motiva's a crook, but her clothing brand is pretty high quality. Wait, what? Isn't it only those red balls? It seems any item she helped create has a small icon. Look at the scarf's corner. Ugh, that sucks. No way I'm going to buy it. You could just cover her logo up or cut it. Nah, she ain't getting one berry from me. I agree, if I don't buy things from Motiva because Motiva is a demon, right? It is based on one of the 4 great Chinese stories? Do you mean one game or do you mean the franchise? There is Suikoden, there is Travel to the West, where Son Goku Monkey God is from. There is the War of Kingdoms and another one. The War of Kingdoms? All of those 4 great Chinese stories influenced a lot of movies, games, and novels. Interesting. Are they by the same person or are they just like cultural folk stories, right? But yeah, like, are all Suikoden games based on that story or just the first? Which, by the way, I was surprised to know that there are more than 2 Suikoden games. There is even a DS Suikoden. I think Subaru tested before. At least I think we talked about that, right, Subaru? So they were cultural, historical legends. So yeah, out of those examples you gave, the only one I know is Dragon Ball, of course. I was even singing some Dragon Ball openings in the anime event today. Posso pressentir o perigo e o caos. Paranana, ninguém agora vai me amedrontar. Paranana, com a minha mente vou a 1000 lugares. Paranana, imaginação me dá forças pra voar. Sonhos desejamos. It was not you, Summer, that talked to me about the Suikoden DS game? Yes, after I said it, I wasn't sure. But somebody in like these days told me about the Suikoden DS game. Oh, it was him? Okay, so it was Subaru. Yeah, I didn't know there was another game. I always thought it was like only 2 Suikoden games, then the franchise died, and then that's why the fans are crazy for news on Suikoden, right? Suikoden Tear Cries, yeah, that's the one. So the Suikoden universe was based on the tale, but it's hardly related to it. Oh, okay, so it's just where it came from, but maybe even like the ending of the book and also the ending of Suikoden, or may I say the endings, right, are probably all different. Except that in the original tale they formed an army of several different people with 108 heroes. 108, huh? Just like the number of like specters from hell, like in Saint Seiya or something. That number is very, very, very suggestive. Oh, Suber was able to finish or to complete Suikoden Tear Cries, and then he played a little bit of the PSP game that Gabriel posted on Discord some time ago. Really? So there is even a Suikoden for the PSP. There are 5 main Suikoden games. There are Suikoden Tactics even, Tear Cries, and Thousand Year or something. Thousand Year is like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Oh, that's Zasp, this piece of shit. Just my luck, Team Snake Mouth. I hate you. You've got some nerve walking into the hive, these sacred honeylands. Pipe down here on Explorer business, just like you. So the other team was there. Oh, great. Where is Delilah? Where is the Stratos when I need them? Celia, Levi. Where are you guys? Don't bring me this shit. Come to steal some more credit, we assume, right? If you expect an apology, you won't get it. So you're proud of your actions of fighting us while competing against the freaking second artifact because you wanted the fame to be yours after we solved all the puzzles? After we fought all of the enemies? I don't operate on pride. I'm committed to Matva's rise to the top. And she does anything she wants, right? We saw an opportunity and took it. It didn't work out, but it's not the end of the world. It's the end of your word on our friendship. Because it's not happening. Unless you two sacrifice yourselves in front of us when we are getting hit by a boss. Then I can forgive you. As you can see, even without the artifact, she's still respected. That's because she doesn't need the artifact. Who's gonna respect someone so petty? I bet they wouldn't if they knew the truth, right? Vi, we're not going to start bad-mouthing others, but I will. It wouldn't matter. See if they would believe some bumbling fools over the great Mativa. Great Matva, my shit. Look, we don't care. Can we just move it to the meeting point? Don't tell me I'm going to work with these fools. That I can do. Business is business after all. My interests are not petty banter with you, Tree. Yeah, just go. We'll notify Matva as well. You won't wait for long. See you there. It's them! Let's get the meeting underway. Maybe they have even repented. Oh, now, there is enough Matva for all. Even though she's a piece of crap, I like her song though. Motiva! Ugh, how can she be so popular while being such a jerk? Ignorance is bliss for this crowd. Motiva! More fans? It's them. I hate them. What are you dorks doing here? Sorry, show's over. I hope you'll join me next tour. Bye, losers. Thanks for ruining a perfectly good tour, jerks. We didn't do anything, and you are the jerk. Your mere presence ruins my vibe, can't you tell? Maybe you can steal some of ours when we are not looking. Why you? Enough! We're not here to fight you. We have a mission, can't we cooperate? We need not hog the glory. If we work together, we will all be recognized. So naive, or actually so naive. What good is fame when shared with the likes of you? Ugh! Look, just go to the darn meeting point. We can settle this later. I'll go, but not by your barking. See if you don't keep me waiting too long. What a jerk. I really don't get how no one sees it. It's a shame her defeat didn't humble her one bit. We have to be careful. We never know what they will be planning. We should beat them again, until they learn the lesson. Okay, that should be everyone. Let's go to the meeting. The PSP one gets boring though. Which one is the PSP? Is it the Tausdi or something? Did you manage to get far on it, Subaru? He only said he played it a little bit, right? Maybe he didn't get too far? Now that the crowd is over, can I buy something? I wish I could buy this mask right here. Welcome, welcome. You are icing that souvenir cap, aren't ya? It's the perfect gift for big kingdom lovers. And this one's on sale too, only 40 berries. I cannot buy that. Will you be its lucky buyer? Just remember, the sale won't last forever. Welcome, welcome. Your eyes. Oh, there is only the cap. I thought I could buy this scarf too. Wait, what is he here? Oh, maybe this is the lab of Professor Honeycomb. Yeah, it's Professor Honeycomb. Somebody's saying that he hasn't played it too much, but he doesn't remember the name of it exactly. Or the name of a place that he stopped playing the game to like mention it. Who is it? Oh, it's you. How's the ADBP, also known as the Beamerang, been treating you? It's awesome. It really helped us out. Hehe, of course, my tools are the best there is. We seem to have forgotten your name. It's Professor Honeycomb. Right, I'm Professor Honeycomb, renowned scientist of the Bee Kingdom. Or I was, until Dr. HB took my spot. HB's creations all use weird tech she found studying the old roaches, you see? Disgusting. While I do use ancient crystals, the roaches didn't create them. I would never use borrowed technology for my experiments. I will create the perfect AD-BP through my own superior intellect. What? The boomerang isn't good enough yet? Yours is nothing special, it's just one of many of the ADBP MK2 series. When I finish the MK3, they will seem like children's toys. What? Can't you upgrade mine again? I would consider it, if only because of the data you have helped me round up. If I manage to harness the crystal energy into the prototypes, the ADBP could spin forever, generating infinite energy. That's really not how physics work. And then I would reclaim my spot as the Bee Kingdom's lead scientist. You have a noble goal, won't you let us help you? Free upgrade, in the name of science. Maybe later, but for now, be gone. We're getting in the way of my research. Yikes, fine, let's come back later. I knew I would seen her somewhere before. She seems to have a bit of obsession with the ADBP. I thought it was ABDP. I already told you it's the boomerang. Oh, she has lots of them. I was thinking those were, I don't know, some sort of food. But now I understand those are, oh my god, those are all boomerangs. Maybe it's Professor Honeycomb's only project? I'm busy, shoo! Heck, cough! We should go before we make her faint. Yeah, you see, even outside there are free boomerangs for whoever wants them. This path leads to the honey factory, please watch your step. Woohoo, so dashing explorers are so interesting. What a fluffy bee. Bumblebees are pretty cute, not cuter than me though. We don't care to, or we don't dare to disagree. Does that mean every bee is weaponed or equipped with a boomerang? I think not, but definitely there is one boomerang for every bee if they wanted to use it. I'm guessing those are all failed prototypes? But I don't know. That's the factory, then there is this one artist and Zasp right there. Janu's art is beautiful, but is art meant only to be pretty? We should explore our inner hideousness. Good luck getting someone to buy that portrait. At least wait till she draws it before judging. Honestly, I like the portrait. There is nothing wrong about it. My dispenses are quite unique. Artia really needs to add some color sometimes. We agree, but maybe she won't be happy if she does. Someone who's happy in a grey world, is that truly possible? It is. There are some great black and white games or stories, right? We're really overthinking this. This is off limits. Out for lunch. Oh, probably this is the studio. The painting studio. Can I check the factory? We are so high up. No fails, nothing. Only wind. Just keep looking straight, Cabo. It's not a long bridge. So high up. Vertigo. Look, if you fall, I will catch you, okay? Just get moving. Oh, now you're strong enough to grab Cabo. B. Oh, I always say B, right? Vai. Vi, very well, I won't give up, let's go. Do you have a tour scheduled? No civilians or tourists allowed otherwise, RIP. We tried. Okay, I think it's time for the meeting then. The meeting with the queen. Why do I feel like this won't end well? Also, is this the entrance? It is. Let's see if the bee queen, Bianca, is nicer than Alicent II, right? It seems only Kina is left. Kina? I want Kina. Oh nah, she gave us the parts, so we are good to go. She's shameless, that's what she is. Then if these are all the explorers, we shall open the throne room. Be on your best behavior, for even glancing upon our queen is a privilege. Oh, of course, Miss Guard. We adore the queen and would never dream to upset her. Woo-hoo-hoo. Are you the same, Motiva? Be silent and go in. So that's Bianca, huh? My queen, the End Kingdom's explorers have arrived. The doctor's here as well. Oh, adorable, aren't they? Welcome, welcome. I hope the Hive has shown great hospitality and kindness towards you. Yes, we are grateful, queen. Oh, most respected queen, your humble words, or your words humble our hearts. We are truly blessed to be in your presence. Yeah, it's nice to be back. Vi, is that you? You have grown so beautifully into a fine bee. We have heard of your exploits here. You have brought pleasant surprises to my days. That's great, Vi. Thank you, Queen. The hive is wonderful, makes me wish I was a bee. Now. We all have our wonderful place in this world. If only ours took note. But now the time for pleasantries is over. If you don't mind, let us get to the matter at hand. HB? Yes, my queen. As we know, the graceful Ant Queen has made a heavy request of our kind. The core of the honey factory, which we own this great kingdom to, has turned out to be an artifact. Under normal circumstances, we would have to deny even the queen her request. However, she has provided us with all we need to build a new core. Right? Kina should have delivered them to the factory already. Why do I have a feeling Kina has not delivered anything to anybody and then Kina is disappeared or missing? Also, hi Yoda, what's up, man? So you also have played the PSP Suikoden before an emulator, although you lost the save file and you never went back to it. Were you enjoying it or was it kinda shitty like Gabriel said? Did you by any chance play the other Suikoden games? Yes, I have gone there and gave a quick examination. Oh, never mind, so Kina delivered the device. With my incredible intellect, I can quickly create a suitable replacement, all due to this material's incredible quality. Also, by the way, Yoda, since we're here, let me show you that I got my Geno boy. There he is. And then he's going to be next to my Mellow, but I think I will reorganize this shelf a little bit later. And I also have tonight's special, which are Kippies or Kibis, right? some Middle Eastern snacks that are ground meat based with some spices and herbs, and they are one of my favorite meat dishes. They are very, very good. I personally love them with ketchup. And if you head to I don't know, a Brazilian birthday party, you have like hundreds and hundreds of those in there. That's why Brazilian birthday parties are loved. So the story seems decent, but the gameplay seems worse than the others. And then Tear Cries is different, but it's still fun. I mean, even if those other Suikoden games are not as great as the first two. Also, I have a question, which one is the best? Suikoden 1 or Suikoden 2? But even if they are not as great as the first two, it doesn't sound too horrible as from what you guys are saying, so I think I could still try them, you know? I don't mind playing, let's say, mid quality games, even if they are not like the best ever or the worst ever. Sometimes I can get very surprised. For example, Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII had its fans and critics, and I ended up liking it a lot. It's like some spicy meatball. It's more like it's not spicy like it doesn't have pepper. It's more like a fresh meatball. But at the same time, it's not exactly a meatball because I think in the meatball recipe you use a different flour. Yeah, this dish has a very specific flour. And it is one of the few dishes that I can remember that have even mint, right, on its ingredients. So it is more like a refreshing or a fresher meatball. It would be the closest comparison, right? But yeah, imagine a meatball but fresher and refreshing, right? And it's very good. With lime as well. If you add some lime drops, ooh. I can eat those infinitely, by the way. If the birthday parties have them, I eat them and leave the others next to the others. Also, the main creator of Suikoden worked on Suikodens 1, 2... There is a Suikoden 3? Despite the fact that he left Suikoden 3 before they finished the ending. Because of Konami? It is a hard question, but I think Suikoden 2 is the best. How many Suikodens are there? I was thinking there were 5 according to Gabriel. Yeah, 5, right? But there are also spin-offs. Yoda liked 2 and 5. The spin-offs are Tear Cry, 1000 something on PSP, and then Tactics. There are even 2 visual novels, damn. So you guys seem to like Suikoden 2 the most. Another question, are they direct sequels? Like, is Suikoden 2 a direct sequel to the first game? With my incredible intellect, I can quickly create a suitable replacement all due to this material's incredible clarity. Oh, they are direct sequels? Okay. It looks like I'll need to be playing Golden Sun 1 and 2, Suikoden 1 and 2, right? It's quite a simple ordeal, isn't it? Almost feels like we have gone through a bit of too many formalities. Never, Your Majesty, there is no request... squeeze! There is no request we would not acquiesce for thee. Aha! If you are true of your word, that would make me most happy. For I would like to invite you to accompany... Wait, I would like to invite you to accompany the doctor to the honey factory and witness this pivotal exchange. You are not obligated to go, but it would warm our heart if you did. Yes, yes. Sure thing, would love to see even more of the kingdom. Why do I have the feeling that Motiva is going to steal something looking for fame? Like, she's going to do something horrible, and I'm guessing is stealing the artifact, rushing to the Ant Kingdom, giving that to the Queen Ant, and then getting the rewards for her, let's say, adventure, even though she caused trouble and problems to the Bee Kingdom. Yes, for one, seeing honey being produced sounds delicious. Now it's Charlie's chocolate factory, right? But honey factory. Leaf, you are not to eat any of it. Also, by the way, this brings up to a question. Have you guys ever been to a factory? Normally there are some school trips that they visit factories, right? I think I have never been to a factory. At least I can't remember. But I know that there is one city in Brazil. Gabriel and Silver will probably know it. It's Vila Velha. It is in the Espírito Santo state. I know that city is famous for having a chocolate factory. And some of my friends have visited there. And maybe someday I would like to go there. But I do not remember visiting a factory. Suikoden 2 is like maybe 3 years after Suikoden 1. Then Suikoden 3 is 15 years after Suikoden 2. Okay, so even the third game is a sequel. Suikoden 5 is what? Between 3 to 10 years before Suikoden 1. Oh, so it goes back to the past. Leaf, you are not to eat any of it. Thanks, we'll go. Vi. Queen? Contrary to what I believed, it seems the outside world did you some good. You look so grown up, your team has my thanks. I love how the queen is forgiving Vi, even though Vi didn't say like excuse me, apologize me, or pardon me or something. Forgive me. No, the queen is doing it automatically. You're welcome, queen. I haven't changed at all, I'm the same Vi. A mother knows best, maybe you have yet to notice. Well, shall we go? Yeah, you know what, she's right, Vi did change a little bit. She's still sassy, but sometimes she has wholesome moments. Wait, Yoda has been to a bread factory? They tasted so much better fresh, dude. It must smell like great, right? And then Suikoden 4 is centuries in the past, oh Jesus. The queen is speaking, shut your mouth. No need to be so ruthless, or ruthless, right? My dear guard. But you are indeed free to go on. But you are indeed free to go unto the factory. It is to the west of my throne's entrance. Vi, please take care of everyone as they explore, as sure as I am that there will be no issues. I bet there will be issues. So story-wise it is 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Why does it sound like the Star Wars? Suikoden 6 is probably between 5 and 1, and then it's going to be the same as the Star Wars movies, right? Star Wars movies or Professor Layton games? Professor Layton games is the same thing. Professor Layton 1, 2, 3, they have an order, and then 4, 5, 6, they happen before 1, 2, 3. I miss you, Professor Layton, my true gentleman. There should be a new Professor Layton game. Then Suikoden 5 is a really long game, and really on how many hours? Persona long? Okay, so 100 plus? So I asked you about your favorite, which one is your least favorite? Yeah, I will, you can count on me. Dismissed. Let's go, Zasp. About time. Now teams, I still have to pick up some tools, we'll meet up there. Don't let the wind blow you off the bridge. Jeez, Vi, you made B seem so mean. When you have a graceful queen like that. Even we are disarmed by her words. They remind us of Alicent. I was mad at everyone, okay? Even so, you shouldn't have badmouthed them. Fine, I'm sorry, okay? And I will fix the stuff. Slowly. Can we just do the mission? Alright, let's go, team. This throne room is so pleasant, and the smell is fantastic. That's what a bunch of honey and flowers will do to any place, really. The queen's demeanor also lightens up the mood. Shame we are here for business. I'm sure I can get you both back in. Oh, you're willing to come back? Let's go. Say, Vi, the queen mentioned a mother knowing best. Just a bee thing, really. Do you think of the queen as your mother? Not really, she's the queen before anything else. I'm sure she does think of you as her daughter though. I don't know, everyone's her daughter to her. Does it make anyone special then? That's another way of thinking about it. You two are overthinking this, let's get going already. The way to the factory is just outside, you can't miss it. Please enjoy your visit. It's because due to the creator leaving Konami when Suikoden 3 was finished, it was safer for them to make things in the past than come up with something entirely new, right? Did Konami do a good job? Yeah, technically she's Vi's mom, yeah. But she had a point though. If everybody is her son or daughter, it's going to feel weird, don't you think? Like, there is no way she would keep track of every single person, I think. Of course, one or another, but not everybody. You heard the queen. Head to the factory. It is through the west exit. You heard the queen. Yeah, okay. I don't have a good feeling about this. There gotta be a dungeon, like... And you know what's funny? I cannot believe that the dungeon is the big kingdom and not the desert. Like, there are so many mysteries left behind the desert. I wanna talk to HB again. HB, can I finally get your badges right there? Just head to the factory, okay. So, Suikoden 4 had a good plot, but the gameplay was bad, and then Suikoden 5 was really good in general, okay. Surprisingly, Konami did a fair job then. Yeah, the factory is right here. Something will happen here, especially towards Motiva. Wait! What is it? Team, don't fall down! Oi, calm down, Cabo, don't be scared. A bridge is not the best place for sudden outbursts. Look, everything in the factory is super expensive. And they don't let you leave me tour. Oh my god, we are going on a tour for this? I don't have money to buy stuff. I see, we should shop beforehand then. Because it's going to be a dungeon, right? Yup, let's save some berries. Or we could spend a little, not have to go all the way back. That was a very interesting talk. I have the feeling this will be a dungeon, so maybe I should prepare myself. Yes. It's sounding like that, right, Saburo? I have the feeling something bad will happen. especially towards Motiva being there and Zasp. I don't have a lot of money, but maybe I can get something from my storage. I want to take out. Oh, I have full inventory right now. Let's store then. I don't need the spicy berry. I only have one magic seed. I still don't understand what do they mean by at a price. Maybe I should try the succulent berry. But I also only have one. Yes, I only have one magic seed. I'm going to restore the mistake. Yeah, side effect. I just don't know which one will be the side effect. Is it going to kill my party member? Is it going to, I don't know, make them poisoned? Sleepy or something? Maybe drop their defense, drop their attack. I have no idea. We have many HP healing items, but not many TP items or resurrecting items. I think I'll buy another magic seed and then I will hope for it, but we don't have a lot of TP healing items, right? That can be a problem. Although we can also get healed by leveling up. And we are more than half through the level up, right? But that's it for me. Let's see if this is enough. Worst scenario, we can still buy something in the hive, but it's gotta be expensive. And hopefully we can leave, right, the hive, in case we like could backtrack here, get more items and return, but I'm not sure. But here we go, let's see what is this about. Oh, the queen has allowed you in. Go on ahead. Undertale music. Okay, this is very good. Wow, so many tourists. This is the famous honey factory. A Amazing, right? Here's where we produce all of Bulgaria's honey. Ignore this pile of scrap. Some explorer left it here and walked out. Let's go, Zasp. Oh my god, Zasp and Motiva, they have a secret plan, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm 2V, your delightful tour guide. While the incredible doctor builds our new core, I will show you around to lots of fun. Weehaw! Can't wait! Sounds like a good opportunity, doesn't it? Science is incredible, but not the best spectator sport. By the time the tour is done, I have assembled everything. By the way, Zasp and Motiva, they just used the disappearing jutsu of Naruto. So go on, have fun. Thank you, Doctor, we will enjoy this for sure. I think the fight we are going to have, Subaru, is Motiva. Once again. Knowing how the honey is made, this is an opportunity we cannot miss. It's seriously nothing that cool. Maybe for a bee, but for us it's a great experience. Alright, jeez, it will be fun, I guess. Good job, Motiva. Nobody saw that coming. They pretty much tried to steal the artifact before the professor had the replacement, right? They stopped the factory. What? Warning, Motiva is a demon. Factory has been compromised. Alert code 32 engaged. Complete factory lockdown in effect. Oh Jesus. That's why we should buy items outside, right? Because we are stuck in here. What? But code 32 is... Doc, what's going on? Code 32 means the factory has been attacked by hostile forces. But how? We didn't see anyone on our way here. Doctor, we must leave. We can retrieve the artifact later. Indeed, it's not just us. Tourists and workers need to evacuate too. Guy, do you know where the Overseer is? The Overseer, what the heck? Is that a person or is that a thing? No, it's routine checkup time. She could be anywhere. Okay, so it's a person. Oh, Overseer, it's like the manager or something? Without the Overseer, we are stuck. Wait, what? Code 32 will lock down the entire factory for a week? That is, unless the Overseer enters the disarm code. We suggest turning our trip around the factory into a rescue mission. Great idea, finding her will fix all of our problems, really. Alright, we'll help. With such a capable group of explorers here, we should be okay. For now, I will work on the core's replacement. You should focus on the rescue mission. Let's do this. You heard that, Motiva, let's... Wait, where is she? Where is Zasp? He's gone too. I bet they have something to do with this, right? For this one's probably not. I guess we'll have to search for them too. You really think so, Liv, that they don't have anything to do behind this? This place is made of honey, and we are bugs, so we should like eat our way out. I mean, we could eat this wax, right? Or wax, there we go. We could eat this wax. Because we don't have enough to do. Let's go, team. Well, time to explore the factory. No one panic, it will be alright. Dr. HB is with us, she'll figure something out. Most workers are surprisingly calm. Cabo, you gotta be kidding me, right? Well, it's not like we're getting attacked by a giant wasp spider guardian. Giant wasp spider guardian? Never combine those words ever again. Besides, they're used to stay here a good while. Even so, we do not know what caused the lockdown. We must hurry so they can evacuate. Man, to me it's obvious it's Motiva. Maybe there is a boss or a creature, but Motiva and Zasp, I don't know, messed with the creature? This way to the core. Find the Overseer, meanwhile I'll be working on my replacement. Look at them go. Goodness, they are assembling the pieces at an unbelievably pace. It looks like a bunch of junk. Is this really going to make a new core? I can't wait to see the end result. This looks so complicated, but I can do it. This is the way to the factory core, but only the Overseer can open the door. I have never actually seen the core itself before. I wonder how it looks like. Was Vice saying that there used to be a wasp spider guardian in here? It seems this is some kind of scanner. Oh, I forgot I had the bad bug. Oh yeah, we can heal ourselves with the bad bug too, right? Which is like a tent. Maybe the Overseer is through here? The door is locked, it needs a card or something. Where could it be? It's a relief to have other teams here with us. They should be relieved we decided to come along. Why not both? We'll have to work together to get through this. Nah, if you say so. Yeah, the bad bug, it's going to help us to sleep, right? We won't like eat it, but it's only going to last once. After we sleep with the bad bug, it goes back to its owner, right? This way to the honey processing area. This way to the honey storage. Oh no, the Overseer is stuck in the storage. We can't gain access to the core without her. It seems at least one is frazzled. It would be weird if everybody stuck to the protocol. Poor Tuvi. It must be rough being a tour guide. What about us? We're the one cleaning up the mess. My training didn't cover this. Motiva and that wasp guy entered the storage just before the lockdown. Maybe they had something to do with it, of course. Okay, so we can only go to the core now. Never mind, there is something on the... down here? There is much more happening. The path on the right leads to the Overseer's office. Maybe we can find something to help there? Oh no! I just got the job and everything's already ruined! Why does this always have to happen to me? With the factory closed, I can't sell stuff to fill my quota and we'll get fired. No! Management doesn't have quotas during emergencies. Ooh. Some make-believe won't hurt, Vi. Miss, we would love to shop here if you'd have us. You will? Alright, if there are customers, I can't mope myself, or like I can't mope around. I'll set the shop up. Oh, they have Oh, thank goodness this guy's here. God bless. I'm not shopping, but I'm totally storing and messing with my items. Hey, this is the famous factory gift shop. If you want a delicious honey treat, stand next to it and press A to call me. Yikes! Why would you have to say that, Cabo? Now we have to buy things. But we cannot leave until we complete our missions. More supplies will be helpful. I mean, it's not like we walked in here for... Wait. It's not like we walked in here with our pockets empty. And if we run out of berries, it will be hard to get more. Let's just be very responsible with our exploration funds then. Welcome to the trendiest shop in all of Bulgaria. This trip didn't go as I would hoped, or as I had hoped. That's what I get for doing the queen a favor. It's just another mission, let's stay focused and take in the sights. They are selling the shock berry. This high voltage berry tastes great but really shocks your system. It restores 7 HP at a price. The honey ice cream, ooh. This honey flavored ice cream is a real guilty pleasure. Restores 5 HP and 10 TP, and it may cause brain freeze. The glazed honey. This warm honey's delicious taste is the pride of the big kingdom. Restores 8 TP. Leaf omelette. I have been trying to cook this shit. Oh, it's leaves wrapped in a fried egg. Okay, so that's the recipe. That's the recipe. Thank you so much for spoiling the recipe. Leaves wrapped in fried egg casing. It restores 9 HP to an ally. And then we have honeyed leaf. This is definitely more honey than leaf. Oh, it's honey plus leaf? It restores 5 HP to an ally and 5 TP. Okay, so we will need to cook. Honey plus... honey drop plus leaf. And egg plus leaf, right? There we go. Those are probably 2 new recipes. This was not too expensive in my opinion. For example, this is a good item and it's 10 berries, it's not bad. So we can go to the core, we can go to the office, or we can go left. I want you guys to decide what the heck am I doing. I kinda spoiled the office a little bit, right? Where should we go? Sabri is saying some items are to save on space. Not only that, it's to save on the space, but also to save on turns, right? Because if you combine a leaf with an egg, for example, you can both heal your TPs and health. Instead of like using an egg one turn and using a leaf the other turn, right? So it's both saving space, but also turns. Yeah, you are going to have a combined item that does the both actions. But it's a single item. We should go right. Right is this path, so it's the office, right? Call it a hunch, but we think this is the overseer's office. Incredible, how did you figure it out? A hunch. Oh, Vi, there is no way the overseer would be hiding here, right? I sure hope so, would make our life way easier. So, she's definitely not here, but let's look around anyway. Wait, there is a ticket right here, or a card? Yeah, that's a key card, right? Or a card key? This machine is too complex for us. A portrait of the overseer? That's a bit narcissistic. It's not like that, this is the honored employee portrait. Bees that work really hard get to be put up there for a few days. Is there no Hall of Fame for all of the honored employees? Yup, it's inside the hive though, so you two can't see them. So in our team, Cab would be the honored employee? I would? No way, it would be me. Awaiting nomination. How to get that key card? Oh, I can jump there? Okay. I see. There we go. We got a factory pass. This key card can open doors in the factory. However, lost this probably got fired, rip. Poor employee, right? Definitely not the employee of the month. Could I check the books though? Wait a minute. No? Now we got the key card, so maybe we can go inside the storage? Where should we go next then? We have the core, maybe the storage, and this left path. Gimme directions, gimme directions. Let's see if you guys can point me to the best possible place, right? Oh, never mind, maybe it is also for this place. Because there is the storage, there is this area, which is the honey processing area. Or the core. Or that door downstairs. I think the key card is for this, right? Yeah, it was for this place. So maybe I can't go to the storage yet. Oh, the door! Thanks, Team Snake Mouth. It's our time to shine. Eric, we can't let them do everything, right? Come on, girls, go for it. Yeah, help us out. You sure we won't get in the way? Relax, it's just a factory. Let's go in and do what we can. I have the feeling as soon as I enter this door... Oh, that's going to be our enemies? I was wondering. The factory is super dangerous, it's full of sentry bots. What? Team, we must give chase. Yeah, so actually we can go to the processing area, the core, or left. Where should we go? Anybody wanna give me directions? Yeah, the storage is still closed. Wait, what? This lockdown is going to make me miss my favorite show, oh no. Which, by the way, I still haven't watched the first episode of MasterChef's Professionals. Remember on Tuesday that I was like playing this game and saying that I would watch the MasterChef's Professionals on YouTube? I still did not do that. We should go left, okay. Let's go. It's like a bedroom? Survive. I know we are stuck, but if you need any magic seeds, fork over 25 berries. Okay. But I don't need them right now. If you need them, just come see me. Watch out with the honey, it's super sticky and the machines here charged with numbing electricity. If some turret shoots at you, make sure to block. I think this is going to be the first time we see the numbing status effect, because I don't remember seeing it before. Unless they are talking about the electricity, like getting paralyzed, is that what they mean? Hey, normal tourists can sleep here, but if it is an emergency, care for a nap, yep. Alright, I will wake you if something happens. Oh, so is this a free healing? We don't need to be buying stuff then. Oh, we are good, come on. There is a free healing area. We're fine. Wait, is that the... This is the overseer, right? Because she's just like the one in the picture? The one in this picture? It's her. Now we have the core or the production thing? Processing thing. This time I'll pick it. I'll go to the core first. I have a card. This is the core room. Great, it's locked. Let's find the overseer and get this over with. Oh, never mind, my card doesn't work for this one. Okay. So we must go to where Ari and the other ant went. And fight the robots. That's a robot. Alrighty, we are officially in the worker zone. We can just catch the tram and... It doesn't seem to be working, does it? Ugh, everything's going wrong. Wouldn't be a mission if it was easy. We'll have to walk around normally. Beep beep! Tram system status offline. Contact Malby for repairs. An intelligent machine that speaks? What is this sorcery? Has technology advanced this far so quickly? It is not intelligent. It only knows like 3 sentences. This is only the start, Vi. How long until 3 becomes 30? And then even more. Will we be replaced by machines? How would something we create replace us? You two seriously need to learn how to think less. Now that's a Pokemon. Or 2 Pokemon. These are the Danmuki. It even has a Pokemon name. Uh-oh, someone let the Danmukis out of their cage. We're gonna have to smack them before they zap us. They have 10 HP. Okay. Oh, Cabo is paralyzed. Also, what happened to the other Danmuki? They roll themselves? Oh, they get extra defense now, I see. Only Cabo would be able to do it, right? I cannot hurt them like that. Cabo, I need you, come on. Oh wait, the other one is finally without the extra defense. Cabo's finally back. They still don't give us exploration points, that sucks. At least a couple berries. So now this is... a bee-boop. Bee-boop. And that failed. HP, 1 of defense. The heck? Who put blasters on bee-boops? I'm gonna have to knock him out of the sky. I mean, they could just be lances to like get some footage of the operation, but then the lances can also shoot lasers. Man, everything paralyzes me. This is not good. But at least they are not too hard to kill. And we found a shock berry. Oh. I should eat something, right? I think we can eat the roasted berries. Yeah, we can eat the roasted berries. Wait a sec. What is the puzzle in here? Something is definitely not right. Did I need to use those enemies to solve the puzzle? Oh, I need to activate that, okay? Due to a lockdown protocol, some platforms will be routinely shocked. Bee workers, please hover to evade the shock and evacuate safely. Shocked? Well, good thing I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can get shot. There is no choice, Vi. You have to leave us behind. No way, what if I need to cut or freeze something? Leaf have gone mad! Holy shit! Wait a second, Leaf has turned into a Super Saiyan! Impressive, wait, come back! That's true, I forgot to check his new shield ability, right? The bubble flame? You did the weird thing again. We took some time to think about it, and we can control it. If we hold down B, we should be able to all cross safely. Hold down B, okay. Can't really jump or walk fast while doing it though. Incredible, if you may have just saved us a lot of trouble. And no flying needed. If Jen and Harry got through, we would have found a way. Let's go. So that's his new ability, okay. Leaf can now use the bubble shield. Hold B to protect the party from hazards. We can also move while using it to push away enemies. And now he can also use the bubble shield skill in battle. Maybe I can add defense to somebody, like to one of my party members. Bubble shield light. Leaf shields an ally from all harm for one turn, you see? But there is also the bubble shield. Leaf creates a shield that negates damage for all allies during one turn. Although Leaf is going to become unable to act for one turn. Okay, so Leaf is now our defender. Wait, I need to practice this. If I hold down B, right? Okay. He needs to be in front. I tried it though. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's an enemy. That's a security turret. And the monkey is back. How was the meeting with Beyoncé? Do you mean Bianca? She was nice. At least nicer than Queen Elizabeth II for sure. The Queen Bee. Oh, okay. Yeah, she was nice. Although she granted us access to this factory, but in here, freaking this game is Beyoncé, maybe the Motiva, right? Or Motiva. She did something bad on this factory, and then now we are kind of trying to find her, rescue the workers, and understanding what's happened. But yeah, this game is Queen Bee. Not really the queen, but like this game's Beyoncé is a demon. Like it's a bad bug. Let me spy this security turret first. Because Motiva only wants to become more and more famous no matter what she does or no matter the costs. So instead of like having teamwork, as she also is a she's also part of Explorer's team, just like us. No, she wants to defeat the other explorers, become the only one that gets the artifact, delivers that to the Ant Queen, and become more rich, famous, and popular. Even though she doesn't need any of that to already be successful, right? Because she can do it with her own singing and performing. But no, she chose to become a shitty bug. It's so annoying. You would think they would stop firing at me since I'm a bee and all. Let's pummel it. It has 2 of defense, 6 HP. Sounds like Cabo's job. Then we should be focusing on the other enemy. Holy shit, it's actually very strong. Yeah, this turret really hurts. We need to start healing us. How has been your Dragon Age? I think that's the name of the game. Have you gotten back to Dragon Age, Gabriel? By the way, I don't know how much more I'll be playing, because I'm starting to feel tired. and then I have the other anime event tomorrow. But I'll see how much more is left to this dungeon, right? There we go. So yeah, you had that start you had that start as a dwarf, but it was weird. But it's going still. But it's been funny for the romances. So it's also a dating sim. By the way, I kind of feel like resting because we are still close to the entrance, so we could rest. Regarding more indie games, are there any indie games that you are very interested or like looking forward to be playing? That other game that you kinda bought last time, that was like a detective game or something, investigation, were you able to finish it or did you only start it? I remember even adding it to my own wish list, but I forgot its name now. Yes, I don't remember if you finished it. Maybe you haven't. Let's get something straight. Every BioWare game, even before Persona, had some sort of romance mechanics. Wait, but of course there will be more romance mechanics in games before Persona, right? There are even straight up romance games. And then I also don't think that Persona 1 and 2 have romance. So they have not like started with it since the beginning. Oh, I want those honey drops. If only I could get them. I will have this fight. So they keep on changing from, I don't know, attacking position and normal position? You see, it's now at normal position. Maybe it is defending position? No, they have one of defense in every, or not in every. They have one of defense in both of them, right? So it's not necessarily a defending position. Maybe it's just a change on their attacking attacking pattern. Like they can either shoot the lasers or have a flying attack. So much that one meme about Mass Effect is that Commander Shepard F's anything that moves. Well, if the other day you were trying to convince me to play Mass Effect, now you lost me. I don't think I would like that game because of that. Then let's see. Go for the first one. No, I can't reach it. Okay, in that case I have no choice. Oh, it's an option. But that's weird. At least I'm getting the blockings in here, right? It's the player's fault if they fix it. Or if he picks it. I would never imagine that Mass Effect would have like romance or social sim. By the way, I don't remember if you talked about this, but what are your guys' opinions on the massive amount of RPG harvesting games Nintendo has been kinda working on, or like getting to the Switch, right? But in general, like, what do you guys think about harvesting RPG games? Oh, Star Ocean also has that, a lot of romance and social sim. I do own one of the Star Ocean games actually, and good call, we also need to play Star Ocean at some point. I always forget about it, but it's one of the games I'm the most curious to check because it sounds amazing. Like Draco, for example, has it as one of his favorite games. I think it's the second one though, Star Ocean 2. But I do own a Star Ocean. I probably bought it in a sale or something. I think I can kind of check it right now. Is there a bundle of like Star Ocean 1 and 2 remaster or something? Let me see. No, the one I have is Star Ocean The Last Hope 4K and Full HD remaster. Is that the first one? I'm guessing it's the first one. Yeah, that's the one I have. I need to play this at some point. Sabri is saying that he used it to play a little bit of Harvest Moon, so for him it's a little bit interesting, but he thinks that we didn't need so many. Personally speaking, I kinda have never mind, I did try one, right? I think I tried playing Fantasy Life for the 3DS. That game was not necessarily a harvesting RPG game, but it had its harvest modes or harvest parts, like especially because you could play as different roles, right? You could be a magician, you could be a knight, you could be a cook. So you had to like farm materials around the world and explore and then beat enemies and monsters, and then with those materials you could kind of develop your own profession or your own role in the game. Yeah, but the thing is that I think the harvesting will slow down the RPG, you know? So that's my problem about those games. I'm not saying that I would hate them, but I think that the harvest will slow down them so much, in my opinion. It is not like Persona, for example. Persona mixes social sim with RPG. Social sim can be fast, especially in the way Persona does it. It's like just a quick meeting with a friend during that afternoon, and then that's it. The next day, if you want, you can go to the RPG. Harvesting takes longer, in my opinion. If they can find a way to make it faster, then sure. But like harvesting every freaking day, and then like taking care of the plants and collecting the crops and hunting and stuff, I think that could slow down the RPG a little bit. That's just my impression though. I'm not sure if that's how really the game goes. I will not use those, but I wanna see how do they work. Oh, there is no action command? There is no action command, good. I also didn't want to use Icefall. I think I will get attacked. Oh, turn relay, I always forget about turn relay. Vi can attack again. Although the defense. But at least the enemy went down, so I can hit it. It's first in timeline, but the fourth one made. Oh, it's actually the fourth one. Do you guys know which console has the first Star Ocean? Is it PlayStation? Because then I could emulate the first one, right? But that's the thing, it's a way to make a game get longer. It can get repetitive. Right? Maybe that's why Animal Crossing is interesting, because like Animal Crossing kinda doesn't let you do everything you want at once or like at one single day. You kinda need to play it little by little and then return on every day to, you know, do a little bit more. Yeah, the thing about harvesting games is that I don't know if I'm that patient for like waiting for things to happen just after a lot of time, right? Oh, what? I had to jump in there too, come on. But out of the harvesting RPG games we saw, Harvestella is the one that I like the most. That was dumb. But at least it's a quick way back. Or do I need to activate that again? Oh no, maybe I need to activate that again. It looks deactivated. Come on, where is the time you... Oh wait, now it's activated? Okay. So it's these platforms. This is the most honey we have ever seen. It only gets better as you go. This factory's design is quite unorthodox. Moving about is quite difficult. It's made for bees, we just fly around. Can't you carry us? Not if there is another way. Now shield up. This power-up was a mistake. Lazy Vi. The lack of plot or forcing you to wait just to progress do mechanics. You mean Animal Crossing? I mean, Animal Crossing has a plot, but it's bad. The plot is have a slavery life to Tom Nook. It doesn't. I mean, Tom Nook's exploration life is a plot. It's just not a good plot. Oh, Subaru has played Rune Factory. They actually announced a new one, right? Under the development. To be honest, the Rune Factory graphics, they were not appealing to me. I was expecting them to have a better look. Has an objective to pay your loans. It can be an objective, not a plot. Okay, I take that. %80 of the game, Subaru has played 80% of Rune Factory 3, and then he decided to research something, and then he got a spoiler that there isn't a post-game in Rune Factory, and then that made Subaru to feel weird about the game, because the RPG is the main part of Rune Factory. Although for like a farming game, it would have something more continuous and repetitive. But I don't understand, why did you feel weird about it for it not having a post game? Were you not thinking that the RPG part of it was good enough? And then that's why you really wanted a post game? Oh, never mind. Maybe you are feeling weird towards the game because as it is a farming game, you would expect a post-game for you to keep on farming, right? And then maybe collecting the other items or seeing the end or the conclusion to, I don't know, something you have started farming before. I think it's that then. I remember someone talking about a dark theory regarding Animal Crossing. It must be related to Nook, right? It must be related to Nook. Nook is the final boss of Animal Crossing. He enslaves every villager, and then they need to keep on working for him for infinite logos to be paid, right? He even puts his kids to work. Which raises another question. Who are the mother, or who is the mother of Tom Nook's kids? I think that was never revealed before. Unless they are adopted or something? Sabri's saying, so you can only, or you just need to like beat the final boss to end Rune Factory. Why would I need to freaking invest on the farming? But don't the farming helps you to like level up, get good items, prepare yourself for the final boss? Maybe that's the point of it. And from what you were saying, maybe it doesn't have like a collectathon inventory or like it's not one of those games for you to also try getting every single item it can provide. Or he killed the mother. Maybe that's the dark side of Animal Crossing. There are some very weird things in Animal Crossing. For example, Gulliver, the explorer that always gets lost in your islands. Like, it's very weird too, right? One day they should make an Animal Crossing game that kinda goes on the lines of The Sims. Like, The Sims started small, but then you could see like a neighborhood, and then with the expansions and everything. Also, by the way, speaking on The Sims, there is a rumor that EA is going to make The Sims 4, but just the base game, free. Yeah, there is a rumor going on that EA is going to make The Sims 4, the base game, free. Of course, the millions of DLCs The Sims 4 has will still be paid. And you know what's funny? I think that when I was watching that video and learning about that, the YouTuber told me that if you buy every single DLC for The Sims 4, it's going to be like 4,000 plus reais. Divide that number per 5 and then you have it in dollars. I don't know, $800 I guess? Yeah, I think it's $800 for you to buy every single DLC for The Sims 4. But hey, at least the base game might be for free, right? But yeah, something like you first start with, I don't know, the neighborhood, or in that case in Animal Crossing, the island. But you could start seeing more of it, like a city, you know, and more places. I kinda wish that we could have more than that. Some saying it felt like the farming part lost sense or meaning because you just need to really beat the final boss and then you can beat Rune Factory. While in Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley, the main purpose is for you to really invest your time in the farming, even though it has an RPG section. I agree. It's because Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon, they don't have bosses, right? They only have dungeons, but dungeons for you to collect more items, to craft objects or materials for your farming or decoration on your house or something. Or the social sim as well, for you to like date the characters, befriend the characters, interact with the characters. Also, by the way, why do I need to do this right here? Oh. Okay, but this is not good. How can I do two things at once? I can't, right? I cannot use leaf for that. I'll just need to be fast. There we go. They got us. Oh yeah, by the way, changing the topic entirely. The battle between Cynthia and Ash is over. And that battle was amazing. In the Pokemon anime, right? If you have the chance, you should check it out. It is divided in 3 episodes. That one tournament that has the Pokemon Masters challenging and competing, it has its flaws, especially in some fights, but this one, Ash vs Cynthia fight, was very, very good. Yeah, it was very good. Oh yeah, also it's not only farming, but you can also raise a family. Yeah, the social sim of it. You can date, you can befriend people, raise a family. They were even promoting in one of those farming games, RPG games on the last Nintendo Direct, that time will pass, right? So you see those characters and your family aging, and then when I was watching a reaction to it, the person was saying, no, so pretty much you can see your friends dying. He's not wrong. Oh yeah, Secret Stash. Oh, it cures poison, but it doesn't cure getting paralyzed. That's bad. Okay, Cabo is finally back. Cabo, I think I will actually go for a crazy attacking here. But I should save my... Man, I should save my TPs. Never mind. I wish I could go for dashing through, but I won't. Yoda and Gabrielle, have you guys checked Summertime this week? all I have to say is that this week's summertime episode was the weirdest so far. Yeah, it was very weird. I can't do much if they are defending though. Turn relay, I guess, to Vi, so Vi can heal everyone. You know what? I think I'll go for Icefall. Oh, of course they can defend from that, but at least he got frozen, so this might hurt. Only one? Come on, come on, finish this, come on. There we go. I failed, but Vi got it. Nice. Oh, so you did watch it, Fyoda? You thought it was as weird as Final Fantasy VII Remake? I thought it was as weird as Neon Genesis Evangelion. Yes, I really felt like Neon Genesis Evangelion. But the funniest comparison I read was this random person on YouTube when I was checking people discussing and I was trying to understand the episode. The person made the genius comparison of like, oh, summertime rendering, it started as ReZero. And then out of nowhere it turned out to be Death Stranding. Yeah, that person got the Oscar of like best comparison. It's straight up Death Stranding. Again, it was very out of nowhere, like everything that happened in there. Oritsuru even said yesterday that it felt like a different anime, he didn't know what he was watching. I agree, it went too far, too fast, without a reason. I think it got too ambitious. It was a straight up Death Stranding, don't you think? But at the same time, in my opinion, there is like a range, right? That separates what's good, what's bad, and what's weird. It's not because it turned weird that I think it's bad. Although my desire would be for it to recover from that, or like in the last 2 episodes that are left, they somehow can go back to some more normality, or they drop this, you know, intensity of like going nuts or going creative, all sorts. I hope they settle it down so we can have a somewhat more regular and normal ending. But yeah, if they end up going in a weird path up to the end, it's going to be strange. It's not going to be my favorite thing, but at the same time I don't think I will hate it, because for example, I just said Neon Genesis Evangelion. I really like the show, but it is weird AF. It goes beyond weirdness. But I don't hate it, it's just different, you know? I was not wanting Summertime to be that different, but it kinda took that turn. But I also should say that the more I checked the reviews and the talks and people discussing and theorizing and comprehending the episodes, the better I digested it. Because when I watched it myself, I did not catch anything. But at the same time, they kinda went too far and too fast. Maybe if they did what they did slowly, you know? Not throwing everything on a single episode, it was too much. And by the way, you mentioned something about the egg, right? Yeah, on this episode they brought it up to me. This egg thing. And then I'm hoping this egg thing will explain the first scene of the show, which is pretty much probably the biggest mystery that's still left that I kinda wanna understand the most. That, and also why is Mio important? Those are the 2 things that I would like to know or to get an answer. Um, I was also going to say something. Oh yeah, there is a line or like a quote from the villain that he says that he won't let the blonde character to give the other protagonist something. And I have the feeling when he said that, it meant that this situation kinda has happened in the past, like this confrontation between the blonde character and the villain. It kinda felt like it has happened, and in the past she was able to give the protagonist that. And then I think this dialogue had to do with the beginning of the show, like the first scene. But I'm not sure. And then this time, the villain is kind of saying, I won't allow you to do that again. But it was like one quick sentence in the middle of craziness that could be easily missed, right? So you first heard of it in episode 12, around the 20 minutes mark. What was episode 12 again? It's been forever. Do you remember what was the plot? Even though I kind of rewatched everything though. I did rewatch everything. Episode 12. I have the feeling that was kinda inside of the underground, like in those caves. It was something around those lines when they were exploring the caves. Yeah. You know something else that people have been saying too? They have been saying that this one villain right now, on this last episode, is finally the same one that was in the festival. Regarding appearances, because it looks like the one in episode 4 or 5 in the festival had a somewhat different appearance than this one. And you know something that my friend has noticed? The appearance of this villain that we have seen the most throughout the show, not considering episode 4 or this last episode, his appearance was mostly a combination of a man or male body and a female body. And this friend noticed that the only part of his body that attacks is the female body. Yeah, he noticed that it's the female body that always comes up with the guns and the attacking things, you know? It's like the female body is what attacks, or it's what gives him that power. And then maybe the male party is the rational, or like what strategize or something. I don't know. But I do hope that Summertime kinda retreats a little bit, and helps us to digest what the heck happened on the last episode, so it can have a better ending, or like a fair ending. At the very least, the title of the next episode is very, very, very suggestive. This is the connecting room, but the pump seems to be broken. Uh-oh. The factory must have shut it down. How could you tell, Vi? The honey levels are a bit weird, it's pulling up. If it keeps up, honey's gonna pile up in the basement. A Abomi honeys can come out. We still don't get why that happens. It's dangerous, okay? Be careful. I got an Abomi honey by cooking 2 honey drops. Oh, you are here? What are you doing here? Hey guys, Venus here, even inside the beehive. Have you come for healing? Just 8 berries. This won't be bad. A factory inside the tree? You bees sure know how to impress. It is a bit tricky to get my roots out here, I was wondering. But I'm here to heal you up if you need it. You know what? I will go for it. I mean, let me just check something. Wait, we are good. Yes, I have 0 magic points. Okay, I need healing, yeah? Maybe it's a Genova reference? that the woman part attacks or something? Beep beep! Pump status offline, instability critical. Contact Malby for repairs. Also, by the way, since there is a save point here, I think I'll call it. Yeah, I'll call it in here. Otherwise, it's going to be too late. Tomorrow I need to wake up early for the anime event. And I'm a little bit tired. So guys, I'm going to stop it in here. On Monday, hopefully, in case I stream, we'll be able to continue this dungeon and see what the heck is going on this factory. Plus, where are Zasp and also Motiva, right? And then tomorrow I will also try to stream Golden Sun, but maybe the stream could start a little bit later, I'm not sure. But I'll let you guys know anything on Discord, like if I'm streaming or not, but I will probably stream at, not even if it is just a little, right? Just a little bit. But Yoda, Subur, Gabriel, everybody else, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good night, get some rest. I see you then. Goodbye.